Yo, Square, how do I make it so they can hear the Discord?
You are on another country, like playing at the highest level.
Eu acho que esse é um momento marcante pra mim, essa chama assim por buscar competir, essa vida competitiva no geral, acho que é um momento marcante pra mim no geral.
El Diablo's dead, there's new king of hell, Demon1!
2022, when EG qualified for VCT, it was a pipe dream that we felt like we could qualify. Qualifying at that moment was everything for us.
We were a really bad team, I'm gonna be honest, we were terrible. But we ended up beating Optic at the time in 2022 when they were the best team in the world.
It's on my
That was my first time.
the Discord is on my second PC.
Like I can be something, or like it just gave me the most confidence I've ever had playing esports.
When I hit rank 1 the first time, I think it definitely showed me a path that I didn't see before of me being able to go pro and play on such a beautiful stage.
Remove the way, I can't. Set Discord output to voice meter input. Set Discord output to voice meter. Output to input. It is on that. Output is on the voice meter input. It's already set to that.
Holy fuck, the one trophy I
Bro,
won.
the
Oh,
professor,
there you
bro.
go. I got it.
The professor, bro. Ah, this guy, bro.
The professor.
I still don't know if he's dog shit or unreal. I still, to this day, bro. To this day, I don't know, bro.
Celebrating 5 years of Valorant? Is that what this is?
I think so, yeah.
I guess.
Showing Optic in the Big 25. John, like that, John. How did Optic never beat any European team, by the way, apart from Liquid?
I can't believe this shit. What happened? I heard the news.
About, bro. You guys didn't even make the LAN.
No, we beat you at LAN. What am I hearing? Bro?
You want to hear what happened, Tarek? Are you here to hear the news as well? Do you have my stream open on your stream?
El Diablo's dead, there's new king of hell, Demon1!
No, he doesn't. He closed that shit already. Oh no, he does. What is this clip?
El Diablo's dead, there's new king of hell, Demon1!
Yeah, what the fuck? All good? He's watching the B-roll. Let me join this Discord.
Every single team that loses and doesn't make a single LAN in the year will have at least one change. It's just how it
No, but
works.
I'm saying with
Yo.
100 teams, they haven't like I don't know, like it should be at least 2, right? Like that's the way I'm thinking.
This is awesome.
What'd you say?
Oh,
Like,
like Jace.
what do you change on 100 Thieves? This is
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it needs a big change,
really
though. No, it needs a
odd
big.
drop.
I'm gonna go continue
change
spilling
or
the
not
beans. I'm gonna go
you
watch
don't-
party with Tarek. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Wow,
Peace out.
really?
I'm gonna go spill some more beans.
Nah,
Max,
nah.
Max, do you,
Really?
bro.
What?
Do you?
No, there's nothing.
Enjoy, bro.
There's
Enjoy,
there's
bro.
nothing
Nah,
else.
just
I'm
enjoy,
just
bro.
gonna say what I
Enjoy, bro.
said.
Enjoy, bro.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna go
Wow.
upgrade.
Tell Tarek, tell
Catch
Tarek
you guys
I said
later.
hi.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Yep.
say Art said hello as well, bro.
Yep,
Art said
yep.
Tarek as well, bro.
Yep. I'll pass on the word.
Max.
See you guys. Upgraded. Hold on. Where's the server? Tarek Felix. There we go. Alright, let's watch this.
Que uma coisa que me deixa bastante feliz é os comentários positivos das pessoas que estão sempre me
Tarek said he's gonna join? Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm just putting in the Discord, so.
De vocês e todas essas coisas assim, isso é bem importante pra mim.
It's more than a game for me, honestly. It's literally like my whole life. I'm happy to be part of this. I'll just like keep improving and keep like making.
Yo, chat, my beer back one sec.
The community and the game itself like something that everyone can be proud of.
O Valorant, desde que ele veio, ele mudou não só a minha vida, mas de muitos outros players que às vezes não tinha talvez uma condição melhor. Então acho que isso daí é uma coisa que eu posso compartilhar com vocês, que o Valorant mudou muito a vida, me deu muitos novos amigos, uma carreira muito maior do que eu esperava. Então só agradecer por esses 5 anos de Valorant e os parabéns, né?
5 years of this awesome game, and we have so many more to come. By the way, probably noticing another person joining us on the desk here is Cloud9's coach, Imi. Hey, Sideshow technically has hair right now, so we can look at that. Imi, pleasure to have you here, man.
I would say it's good to be here, but
Max?
I'm proud to be playing.
I do feel that. I do feel that.
Do you have a favorite memory from the early years of Valorant? Maybe.
Yo, 1 second.
On V1.
I made a Masters once.
Okay.
Alright, I'm here. What's
What
good? How you been, bro?
I'm good, man. How are you?
No, don't get straight to asking questions. Let me ask you how you been, bro. It's been a long time.
Yeah, that's actually a good point, bro. It has been a long time, bro.
This guy came in here straight for yo. What happened? Yo, tell me what happened. Yo, what happened?
No,
Give
no,
me the
no.
like. Damn, bro. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, no, I know you're emotional right now, bro. And I
Oh,
don't even
trust
want
me, I'm
to-
not.
You
I'm
don't even
good.
No,
I'm
trust me, I
very
know
good.
No,
No,
trust me, you're not
no.
good, bro.
No,
Trust me,
no,
you're
Tarek. I'm good, bro. Trust
Bro.
me.
I
I'm
know
good.
you're going through it right now.
I'm
and
not.
I want to commend that you're being strong in times like this because that shows character. And I know for a fact, like you're someone who has that resilience. Like I've been saying that shit.
Yeah.
But
Appreciate it.
So what happened though?
Well, one day, we're like, yo, come to the office. We need to have a talk. I'm like, yeah, I can be there.
But did you know it was happening before it happened?
Oh no, I had no idea what was happening. I thought we were just like gonna discuss stuff as a team or whatever, blah blah blah. I had no idea what was happening. I didn't even think this would even happen, right? And then okay, like 20 seconds in, yeah, so pretty much we don't think you're the good enough or whatever. Pretty much how I got it. We don't think you're good enough.
Who said it, bro? Who said it?
And we're gonna bench you. And I was like, okay. And I just left. So
You left
that's
just
how
like
much it went
that?
though. Well, I took my stuff and then yeah, I peaced out.
The fuck? You said, all right, I'm out?
I mean, pretty
You
much.
didn't even-
I
you
ain't
didn't
got
even
nothing
fight
else
for
to
your
say.
spot? You didn't fight for your spot?
I got no reason to.
You prove your worth like in the server day in and day out, like they should know already.
I mean, yeah, in my I'm like, oh well. I mean, if you have 2 eyes, you know, you have 2 eyes.
2 eyes you can see.
You can
It's
see.
not me, bro.
So I mean, I'm not really mad about anything. And
Is
their Geo
Rocky
okay was
down
different. I
too?
was like kind of like ass and shit, right? I mean like yeah, I didn't like play or good or whatever and shit. Like I was ass. Like that I was fucking depressed for months. But like here I'm like I moved on the next day.
I see, like you got a weight off your shoulders.
Yeah, like I'm showing, bro.
So
I'm even more motivated now. So
that's good. That's good. So what's next? Now you just kind of you have to like wait to see.
yeah, you wait to see and just grind and then yeah. Wait for opportunities and shit.
You've been streaming for 20 hours?
Oh yeah.
Is everything good, bro?
Yeah,
You
I
want
just wanted to do a 24-hour. No, I'm showing.
Okay, okay. Is Rossi out too? You guys left it like it's both of you?
Is that what they tweeted? 'Cause I don't know.
Chat, is Rossi out as well, or am I making that up? They're both out.
Let me
Damn.
see.
This is damn.
Oh yeah, me and him are both out. What are your thoughts on it?
To be honest, you guys barely tried. Like, I feel like you guys just made a roster move. I think you guys played maybe 2 or 3 matches with Rossi. And then you guys made a change right away. I think that let me think for a second actually about it. I think you guys made a move too fast, to be honest. But I guess like it feels like you guys were obviously having issues, and I thought what was gonna happen, honestly, with that team, in my opinion, I thought that eventually it would have just become like full NA, and that King would have been the guy. That's what I thought it was leading towards. But I think it's pretty surprising. Like I feel like you're the last person people would have expected. Also, Rossi just got there too. So like they made moves fast, but I guess the org is like applying a lot of pressure, so they had to make changes.
Yeah. PR answer? He gave me a nice PR answer. Wait, why are they crying? What the fuck is happening?
That's powerful stuff right there. A beautiful moment that we're seeing with the,
Why was he crying? I missed it.
That's the game, right? It's all the emotion, it's all in the moment. Mimi, what an incredible, powerful moment.
I think it has to be especially special for Artson, who's been through the lowest lows of this MIBR team, being on the roster last year when just nothing was clicking for them. Now this year, Fraud trusting him to become the IGL, a role he's never filled before.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think it's a shocker. Like I think it's a big shocker. I don't think anyone would have anticipated this. I thought you guys were just gonna stick through if I was to guess. Like keep practicing on the offseason and see.
Yeah.
So it's pretty surprising, but
yeah, it caught me by surprise, trust me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is what it is. Maybe it works out better for everyone. Usually, like, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the player that gets let go usually bounces back stronger. Like I feel like that's what I anticipate to happen for you. I guess it's just a matter of like how things work out. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that.
It's pretty good. No, my family trusts me and always cheering for me. I'm really glad about this.
And what kind of things are they saying when you talk to them after the match?
Honestly, they say how strong am I, and they like, yeah, they say inspiration stuff like family stuff. But yeah, I'm so blessed to have them cheering for me and my team. So basically, we're gonna do our best for them.
Awesome. How you feeling about the match today? Feeling good?
I'm feeling pretty good.
All right. Kill it, guys.
MIBR is all smiles coming into today.
Nice.
They're gonna have their hands full because they're facing
Chow, what do you guys think about the Demon1 stuff?
that. Well, they did what no one else was able to do in America. They took down G2, sent those boys down to the lower bracket, and my oh my, dude, that was a little bit of a hairy game there for a moment there, fellas. Because I mean, Ender, it almost slipped away from them at the final moment.
Yeah, this is a crazy one, right? Sentinels lose map 1, map 2 is down to the wire, 2 rounds separating. Then Sentinels get out to an insane.
My point, boy, a chance, damn.
They win the pistol, then G2 force, and on Ascent, G2 almost come all the way back before Sentinels lock in.
Is there a loss? They didn't really think about it.
You can see how much it meant to them to send G2 packing.
They should have given him more time.
As a fan watching Jordan play, and at the end, he was the guy who made the play. I was so happy for him. It was great.
It's incredible how this team is constantly able to dig deep, even in those moments where you think that they might be out of this one here.
It's so hard to. Wait, is my mic on? Oh my god.
I can hear you, yeah.
Oopsie.
Don't worry, I have your stream open anyways. I'm listening to your bitch ass. You might as well talk in here. Just talk in here. I'm here to listen.
I just realized my.
I was just listening to the stream anyways. You can hear everything.
They're hitting their stride right now, and it's quite scary. Can they get to the finish line, though? Well, let's actually go ahead and hear what Zelsis had to say, as he also caught up with Riv earlier on about today's matchup.
Zelsis, I want to talk about the match last week against G2 when it became more and more difficult to close out the game. What was going through the
Alright, chat, who do you guys think is winning today? I think SEN 2-0, I'm gonna be honest. I'm thinking SEN 2-0, G2 2-0. Should be quick in and out today. Quick type of day, no? I was getting admin, I'm broke. Yo, Corbin, just know I fuck with you still, bro. Chat, we fuck with Corbin out here. Appreciate the tier 1 of my Corbin.
Showed you some rounds and showed you sort of the power of using the Omen smokes to block off Killjoy turrets, to open up some lurk ideas, or even in their default over towards A to block off a lot of the more forward sight lines that you can see. But I want to show you the B site right now because Sentinels do things a little bit more uniquely, almost using this Omen.
Oh, you forgot to give me the TH. Oh fuck, hold on. How did I do that thing? Are the points gone already? Oh, good. I forgot the fucking points thingy for the Fnatic match.
You as a solo player, if you're going to anchor this on your own for G2, you kind of got to be what Jonah P is doing, where you have to play up in front of the smoke. It really isolates you a lot. But you can't really stick into that space for too long. So Sentinel step on in here, and now Zekin is going to do his best jet smoke dash impression. That was kind of it, getting over there on top of yellow. And what he can do is take these higher angles, and again...
Just got back in the stream, what happened? Oh, nothing, don't worry about it. I just said I fuck with you, bro. Appreciate the sub. You my guy. Who you got winning today, Corbin? I think SEN 2-0, G2 2-0. Quick in and out meal today. You gonna see what T-Rex is talking about. Oh, he's talking about their stuff right now. MIBR, you think? Interesting. MIBR have been good? They've been good, but Sen are Sen. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's Sentinel's game to lose, but it's also MIBR's game to win. They can MIBR can come out here and prove that they're them, and beat Sen, or Sen they're gonna come out here, do what they've been doing all of last year, all of this year, and just win like it's a normal game, or they're gonna choke under the pressure and lose to MIBR. That's my opinion on it. Who you got today?
Well, obviously for the first game.
Sen 2-0, G2 2-0. That's what I got.
You got Sen 2-0 and who 2-0? G2 2-0?
Yeah.
You think EG have a chance?
No.
Surely,
Fuck EG,
bro.
they shouldn't be in franchising. I don't really give a fuck about them. Take their spot away. I can't wait till they're gone from franchising.
Okay, bro.
Fuck
What do we
that
think
work.
about burning bridges, man? We gotta.
I
keep
burned
those
all of them
bridges-
today. I burned all of them today.
Bro, honestly, we need to get you off stream.
Yeah, there's no filter right now.
Oh my god.
But no, I
I'm
said
not-
the hold
What
on
is
the
it?
MIBR one versus Sen. I think it's Sentinel's game to lose, and like MIBR's to win. Like if MIBR like come out here and prove that they're them, like they want to be here, like they're gonna beat them. And if Sentinels like come out here and like they keep doing what they've been doing like all last year and this year, and just like proving them they're still the top team, they'll just take this as a normal game and win 2-0.
Who do you think has more pressure?
I think Sen, obviously. I think any team that is like has like the higher expectation is always the one that's like pressured.
Yeah. I would say he leans in our direction a little bit.
Wait, what were you gonna say? Your mic cut out.
Yeah, I would say I agree. Like I think it's leaning in Sentinel's direction.
Yeah, for sure. Should I order? I'm hungry, bro. Get some Chick-fil-A, bro. The best in your future, Max. Keep your head up, your beast. Appreciate that, bro.
That's just true, and Sen has already proved how good they were. They beat G2. I also think this is something you were talking about. The map pool could be pretty good for Sen. They share a lot of similar maps. If we get a Haven in the pool, I think that's looking good. I honestly even think they have a chance.
Am I watching both games? Yeah, I'm watching both games.
Yeah.
Definitely. They have to ban Icebox though. Sentinels have to ban Icebox.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been so good for MIBR thus far with that Harbor Viper.
Or Zekin can hit the paranoia. And that changes the entire
That would help. All right, folks. So 4 teams are going to be fighting to make it to Sunday's grand final. You got MIBR and Sentinels, Evil Geniuses going up against G2. Day 5 of the VCT Americas playoffs starts right now.
When you're on that grand final stage, they're gonna remember you for what you did that day. Those 5 maps that you played, that's gonna be where everybody's gonna be like, damn, I saw that clip on Twitter, I saw that clip on YouTube, I saw that on VCT. And I mean, I'm always good for it.
winning Americas is one of the steps that you
Okay,
need
tweet.
in order to showcase
What about
how
it?
great, like, truly you are, and
I didn't
all
read
the
it
work
yet.
both yourself and team have put in. You're a force to be reckoned with, basically.
Yo, Dismount, thank you for the tier 1 24 months. 2 years, bro. Appreciate it.
I won 2 times already, but I wanna win with this team. There's something special about winning with them. They are all new players. We're going to Canada, baby! We're going to Canada!
Read it. I'll read it after the stream.
If you want to be the best team in Americas, teams like SEN, we definitely show the best versions of ourselves in the highest pressure moments.
Whenever the finals hit, just how you play that day, it doesn't matter anything else before that.
I know what we're capable of as a team. Each match that we get, we gain like more and more confidence to play like how we normally play.
What is this? No way! I just went and no-scoped his ass.
When people think about VCT Americas, some people they think about me. And it just makes me want to be better at the game. Not being stuck at the same place.
Can you turn the volume up? Yeah.
Finals are the game.
It's
where
low on OBS. Let me turn it up on OBS.
Make a cool play or do something huge for your team. Everyone's gonna remember it. Definitely a huge opportunity to be remembered for being great.
There we go.
I want to be remembered as like someone who did some great things. I think it would be nice to reprove myself again.
There has to be a superstar. There has to be an X factor in the team, willing to make those big plays or make sure the team's on point, or the X factor that's willing to just call what needs to be said. That'll show you why people win champions.
Just by having my presence there in the team during the game, I know that my teammates they are more confident because if something is going wrong, they can have in the back of their heads, it's okay, he's there. I have Aspas on my team.
Turn up the volume? I already turned it up.
Riot Games Arena, it's time for our first match of the day. E eles já têm a vaga, mas agora queremos o título. Faz barulho pro MIBR!
And MIBR has something that no one else has. They got an Aspas. You heard that video, them talking about what that guy brings to the table, but really, Mimi, the sum of all of their parts here makes this a scary squad.
This was America's last worst team in 2024. They signed Valorant's best player. They've had a meteoric turnaround. Top 3 in kickoff, and now a chance for the best finish for the organization. Their first grand finals in the partnership era.
And they're also doing it, signing 3 players that hadn't played on the VCT stage before either. It's really a combination of the.
Oh, you've been streaming 20.5 hours.
Perfectly.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna do 24 hours. Probably finish out the G2 and EG game.
And now, let's bring out their opponents.
And I'm probably gonna go to bed after.
Make some noise for Sentinels!
All right, and the Sentinels, obviously the fan favorite coming into this one, Amy, but you know, I think it's safe to say, like, no matter how it shakes
Is this the lowers or is
going to
this
be
the
a
upper
tough battle.
bracket?
Sentinels know that coming into this.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough battle. They need Zekken in prime form to deal with Aspas, I think. Everyone pumping
This is
up.
upper
Pumping up
bracket.
is the biggest thing for them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And you know, Sentinels, they've got one guy that no one else in the world has.
Aspas?
No, it's Qbert, the 6th man, showing up in a big way. You know, we got the preview of the 1v1 matchup, Sakura, MIBR's cute little puppy, but Qbert, this guy is red in the face. He's angry. He wants to win, Mimi.
I'm not. The dog eats the cube. I will not lie.
The dog does eat the cube. At the very least, it turns into a true toy. But that being said, though, very much looking forward to this one, Mimi.
Amy, you were talking about this asking Sen to ban Icebox. They've done that, and now
Oh,
they
Tarek?
get
Yeah, much for me with Tarek.
even in the pool. Those last 2 maps to me feel like gimmies for Sentinels.
I think this is perfect for Sentinels. Lotus might be a toss-up, but they need to play Vice, I think. They need to go back to the Vice. They go back to the Vice and they can deal with the Neon. And then it'll be a 2-0. If not, 2-1 Sen.
What have you thought about MIBR's Neon comp on this map? They changed to it, won twice since pulling that off. Is it going to be tough for Sen to play into?
Yo, Ho, thank you for the $750. Appreciate you, bro.
Sentinel, I think they're gonna have trouble.
Yeah, because Sen had previously been playing the double smokes with a Viper in the mix, and you're asking for the Viper to turn into a Rise.
Interested in the Sentiro?
And obviously, really looking to shut down
I never tried it. Well, on the G I played Cage, but
on the opposite side of the
I
field.
don't know.
We'll see, of course,
Cage was like too boring for me.
Agents go. I am
Didn't like really fit my playstyle or
something
anything.
different to try and throw someone off the scent.
I think the first map would be the chance to do that. Reminder of the stakes here. You win this map,
So
you
probably
go
not
to the
really.
grand finals. You get to
Not really
play a
Senti,
double ban
to
advantage
be honest.
and have a hell of a chance to
I never
win
gave her
your
like
first
a
title
good
heading into
attempt
a
on
Masters
Sentinel.
here in North America.
One step closer to winning a trophy. A big thing for all these players here. Now, agents are going to be coming up in a moment. We'll see what we end up getting out of this one. You know, I am really curious, Ender. Like, there's so many directions we could end up seeing.
Yeah, and we've got some time as the agents slowly roll out. Honestly, Sentinels, we haven't seen them play this map in almost a month. Last time they played it was up against Loud. That was a map they lost 13-11, where,
What are the maps?
again, we were talking about the Viper coming in for them. Zelsis was on that, so he's the guy to wait and see what he eventually goes for. But Osboss is just going to be max chill.
Lotus, Split, and Haven.
Yeah, he's got a long time to wait that
They
one
picked
out
Lotus?
there.
Damn.
Oh, man. Obviously, there were some changes to Teo. Not in this patch, without a doubt, but curious to see how that plays out in the future. Yeah, along the horizon. We'll see how that one plays out. But for
Check
now,
back behind the barn. You might find Tejo.
you might find Tejo and Old Yeller right behind the barn after today, or after rather this event. But of course, we'll see what continues to get locked down here. But yeah, I mean, you know, and I think
Both teams are good on this
for
map.
you, if you see it, you're like, I don't know, Sentinel.
Both teams are good here.
Not be the play. I know you mentioned not having device. Anything else?
Well, it's mainly that I don't want to see the Viper because I think Neon really tears apart the No Sentinel.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping they change.
Do you think Sen's going to lock into the Neon on Zekken again? Because MIBR is also playing a no Senti comp.
He might go Yoru.
Ooh.
Good either way then if they pick
Yeah,
into the
I
Vice,
would
or
rather-
if it is a no Senti comp still from IBR, which it is looking like early days.
I would rather see the Neon on Zekken, but there's a world he goes Yoru.
I mean, I think if you're looking for like opening round fights, the Neon is clearing the Yor in terms of that, in terms of actually like execing onto a side on the attacking side. But if you want to play that slow style game, the Yoru is super effective.
Just depends on what they want to
traps, etc.
shoot for, right? Like, do they want to meet that speed for speed, or do they want to play a little bit more of a control game, right? That's what it sounds like to me. Like, the differences that they have as far as the options goes.
Well, I think we've got the big pick we're waiting for coming up next. Moment of truth, what Zelsis is going to be rocking here. So far it's been boring. Everyone's playing the agents that we're expecting them to, but this next one will not be the thing you want to see.
Ooh, okay, so share your thoughts. Share your thoughts in me. You see the Viper.
I think Aspas will just get to run it down whenever he wants. I think Sentinels will have to lean on their retakes a lot because if they want a site, they're going to take it. And I know on the defense side, Zelsis will play towards A lot on his own, which I don't really like. So if they continue to do that, I do think MIBR are favored here.
Yeah, how are we feeling, guys? Do you think same thing here as far as not seeing that Viper goes? Or
Well,
seeing
let me
that
change
Viper pop up here?
Yeah, I mean,
command
sold me on that.
purple.
Yeah, it is interesting because it is a straight up mirror match here between the two double controller, no Senti, Neon compositions on both of our teams, which means I think a lot of this game is going to come down to, it's not a mirror. He is pivoting to that Yoru. Okay.
Good call.
But similar idea where it's going to come down to a lot of like C retake ideas in these late
Wait,
rounds.
Yoru.
We're going to be really drilled, especially for Sen.
I mean, this is just the G2 ripoff comp going for the Yoru, right?
Yo,
Which
Colin, thank you for the
slows down
$5,
your
but
tempo a
appreciate
lot
it.
In sort of
I
like
guess
early round
this is,
ideas, but it gives you a stronger
like
offer if you want to take
Yeah.
the forward lines.
Where are the pitfalls with this composition?
I mean, the
Staring at a
pitfalls
wall
come when you're
around.
trying to actually
Yeah.
win opening fights, because I think the Neon stun and like the
Vice could be
mobility
like
of
something
this line is,
different,
like,
but
very
yeah.
powerful. But also when it comes to execing into a side, I think Neon sort of clears on that on the attacking side.
Like on defense, they're going to really struggle to beat out the Neon comp on say, a Rebel fight. So I think MIBR is going to be able to take that early space as much as they want with this comp.
Yeah, I think that's why they've gone to the Euro. I think they're going to let them take the space and they're
Like
going to
re-clear
take
it
it
on?
back. Like,
Yeah.
I think they're going to let them do what they want and slow the game right down.
Yeah, the way G2 usually plays that is like, you know, you'll step forward to take maybe an early fight just on the Yoru, but very quick to teleport out after taking a shot or two, and just like keep moving back the lines of scrimmage. You're not trying to have this decisive fight at the start of the rounds. You're trying to slowly whittle them away and bait them into you.
All right, well, let's see how this all shakes out, folks. It's now time to start our first match of the day, and let's send it over to your casters for this one. You got two of the best on the mic. It's Uber and Wyatt.
Thank you very much, Golden Boy. Great
great to be here in the Riot Games Arena. This one is bound to be a banger. Aspas has taken, historically, the worst team in Brazil at this level, the worst team in Americas, and now turned them into a true contender with their best finish already on the docket. An undefeated run in maps through playoffs so far. And they're going up against the team that just handed G2 their first loss of the season.
The team that looked unbeatable, they were able to stop. The only team.
What have you been doing for 20 hours, by the way?
Samsung match start, folks. Load up.
I played Valve for 12 hours, I think. And then like when the queues were like kind of dead, after like Marvel Rival for like 3 hours, and then I started watch partying the Chinese game.
For 3 hours?
Wait, I played Marvel Rival for 3 hours. Yeah. And then I started watching the Chinese League game, EDG versus Bilibili, and then EMEA and all this.
Damn, those motherfuckers got you motivated, huh?
Oh, absolutely, bro.
For a bit of a pop in towards B main. Some toggling of the door is actually pulling the B defenders away somewhat. And there's a gate crash there ready for an overload onto the middle of the map, but that expires. Zekken has other ideas.
Just going to wander all the way into tree. Doesn't actually have a gate crash to get out. All of the utility expended from MIBR, who are inclined.
We're still on the way, yeah. I'm still on the way. I never restarted my stream, so.
Entirely for free.
Zekken's the bait. He hasn't done anything but mill around tree for the time being, and so MIBR going to check rubble, trying to clear this. They know there's a player in the vicinity, but they don't know if Zekken TP'd out with gate crash or not. Now they know, of course. It's a plant towards the B side, and Zelsis is ready to take contact. Paranoia actually ended up hitting onto the drone, and Zelsis emerges. First blood struck for Sentinels. But Verno knows something's afoot here over in that corner. Some action here. Shenom had to afflict that. He was not ready on the line.
Sunder's shooting early, bro. Damn. Done classic.
Up to the bromance duo, Aspas and Verno to get themselves out of this, but they're both very low. Less than 50 points of health combined. They're going to go for it off a timing. Bang is ready for them though.
That's that Sentinels classic right there.
This is his map, bro. This is Bang's map.
Yeah, he fries in this map, bro.
Ah, damn.
Put all of those MIBR players that had prior ran through Baby Door into rubble in the mid round in an uncomfortable spot when they had to retake back into B. Great positional play overall. And Bang already starting hot in this game. Coming into this series, he's actually the highest rated average ACS player of anyone on Sentinels in the playoffs so far. He's really been showing out.
Last time these two teams played, it was in kickoff. The lower bracket
Yeah,
final was Sentinels.
two sheriffs on
MIBR
here.
contention for Bangkok, and where Zelsis was that match MVP with an unbelievable performance. One we'd rarely ever seen from him. Let's see what today pans out to be. It's a slow drift in that seaside direction and a very passive hold for Shenom on that site.
And Zekken will be happy to absorb any aggression that could come from MIBR if they opt to push into spawn. Can try and just get that one and instantly teleport to the rest of the squad, hit C together as a unit.
Shenom's inching forward now, as his control utility was exchanged at C. Sen implying a walk up, but Zekken has been very patient here at A. Lurking, trying to draw everything he can out of this part of the map.
He's just trying to fake it, and then just go C.
He almost got away with it too. In fact, it's Zelsis.
Wait, how did Zelsis die? How did Zelsis die? It wasn't even Zekken.
Yeah.
Just accidented him.
Still,
I'd be so confused. Like, wait, what the hell? How is he?
That was crazy.
He doesn't get out with the Bulldog. He doesn't get out with the Bulldog. He ends up walking.
I mean, if they was one gun, that's not a big deal.
Verno's been able to snap that up.
Granted, you'd prefer to as a sinker over the Bulldog, but it is what it is.
It's Aspas and Verno once again, the last two alive, and Aspas has a little bit of history with Sen on this very map.
I mean, yeah, last year was when Aspas dropped a kill record of 47 for 19 deaths on Sen playing Lotus. One of the craziest individual maps of all time. Verno had an opportunity to maybe get some damage done with that recovered Bulldog, but Zekken on the angle, easy spray down. Collects a third.
Yeah, they got the Bulldog back. Good round.
That's always a pivotal aspect of the game to keep your eye on. When a team has Yoru, we have seen throughout all of 2025 how valuable that ultimate is.
Zardazine playing pretty close. Yeah, somehow it's... Yeah, I guess, yeah, Zelsis swung out for a trade and ends up being the one that got eaten up there.
That's also why Zekin is just so enthusiastic to continue taking fights, get a couple kills, get that ult as early as he possibly can.
Normally it's just a Viper lurking that A side, but the fact that Yoru can join up and actually add an extra player worth of threat to that otherwise weak side of the map has been confusing MIBR a bit.
You played Hella and Marvel? Yeah, I played Hella.
Fight towards A if necessary. It's just going to be Bang teleporting across.
Oh my god. He tanked that.
Bangs up to an absolute
Damn, what the fuck? That worked so well.
He just tanked that, yeah. The flash was great. It was full blind.
Breach flash, yeah?
Yeah.
This round is as good as done. Those are upgraded rifles recovered as well by
Might be a
Sentinels.
save.
It should be a save, honestly.
Yeah.
Time to save for
Like that's the round 1 right there in the first 2 seconds.
The rotate is like 20 fucking seconds as well.
Yeah, that's just so hard. It's like just not even worth it. In this meta especially.
And it looks like MIBR had an idea with that sort of guided salvo they sent over towards that A side that Bang wouldn't be as far forward as he was. That's another rifle down.
Oh, Verno, yeah, he's just caught in an awkward transitional moment where he's hoping, you know, seconds prior to that fight with Zekin, oh, maybe someone will overextend and I can find a kill. But is punished for it when he's trying to exit. 2 rifles to be saved from MIBR, that's it. And another upgrade for one of the players with a Bulldog is just sitting there on the ground.
What a dream bonus round here for Sentinels. 3-0 here on this attack side. Another gun drop shed of
Too. They have fully upgraded to 5 Vandals, not 1 player long. Look at the money, man. But it also starts with this from Bang. I mean, standard teleport across in the salvo, but that flash from John fully connects onto Cortezia. He couldn't see a damn thing, and then just pure intuition spam collects onto Osboss, sure.
And this MIBR team have loved fighting at rubble at the start of rounds. Attack side, defense side, doesn't matter. They've done it to every team they've gone up against in the past. Crew, especially in that recent close matchup. Man, they had better do it a little better than that, though. Going forward, just some sheriffs here. Aspas with that hero rifle in hand. Only half armor.
All of MIBR were stacked
You're just
up
gonna prod C into the Viper.
Use their utility early. They were waiting for a sound cue to let all of that rip. So now they just have the stealth drone pushing through as we watch Sen on the opposite side of the map with all of this C control. But the info that MIBR are getting should allow them to make a rotation towards the C site, try and help Shen if he intends on anchoring.
Cortezia just smoked cross map to try and slow Sentinels down, but now they're going to start to make this push towards C, and MIBR are not convinced the Sen are going to end on this site. But we can see it. We know better. They are pretty darn deep. Aspas probably saw the clone cross there, but knew that it was a fake.
He's the one man with a hero rifle for MIBR. Zekin finds the first onto Verno, and with all of these smokes obscuring his view, Aspas just cannot even find a moment to have impact on the round.
There's a rifle. Dropped, needs to be recovered. Looks like Shannon was able to get in amidst the cover of the poison orb, at least get that rifle in hand. He's going to have to make good use of those.
Zekin is feeling it.
From Lim. He has to hear this.
He wants to go for it.
Trying to get his way up the slope. Shannon does finally employ that rifle.
Cortezia has just picked one up as well, so decent enough.
Damn. Damn, he's fucking feeling it. He wanted to go for it. He wanted to go for it so bad.
That was insane. They weren't even stunned, bro.
Yeah, he just ran through. He just ran through.
Wait, what?
He wanted to go through when it was a 4v2 with no Yuta, but then his teammate died and then he like hesitated a little bit.
He saw him like back up a little bit, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But then he had a reason with the stun.
Yeah.
Just give him a reason.
They just gave him a reason.
I would say, listen, I'm no mathematics expert, but when you get 5 kills, you're probably going to have the dimensional drift ready on round 5. So that's another thing that MIBR will have to worry about as they get into their second opportunity for a bye round. It feels like it's strange to even say second opportunity for the bye round. They had a bye round, theoretically. They just simply didn't play Valorant with it. They lost 2 people 5 seconds into the round.
It was a beautiful util for John over at Rubble that Bang was able to capitalize on to find 2 kills.
MIBR have not had an opportunity to be sentient in the server yet. They need to come online.
And again, I mean, Sen have sent to
Glad you streamed Wade because I was playing ranked earlier.
And they've always had a tendency this year at least to peak at the right time.
In 2 seconds, can we, you know, when we get out of the timeout overlay here, we're watching the players, just look at the Sen economy right now, man, when we get into this. It's outrageous. This is round 5. Like, on cap, man.
Bro, this is what I meant.
Glass cannon off. That's how
If SEN just comes out here and they do what they're gonna do, it's just wraps.
MIBR in a horrific position, and we've just started this game. SEN are never going to be seeing an eco round, man. MIBR are going to have a major uphill battle.
Yoru ult through B to C with the drone up mount. Is this a cook? Might be
They're
a cook.
cooking here. They're cooking here. Jesus.
Oh my
He's fucking
God.
cooking.
Wait a fucking minute.
He is cooking.
Wait.
What? That is the perfect fault line set up.
I mean, that's just another save. You just saved.
Nice to everyone. What's happening, bro? What's happening right now?
Like, they're just like doing their thing.
They've got enough money to go hunt.
They came here to play. They're playing.
I'm getting chills and shit.
Oh, they're playing hella fucking good right now.
Cannon op is absolutely pointless in this retake. So yeah, 3-gun save. No
I was gonna throw your name into the Sentinels hat, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it'll make it there, bro. It's looking too good right now.
Over on this B side, keeping a lid on this burgeoning economy of the Sentinels, but what MIBR really need now is to get on the board properly.
Oh my God.
That's the op dropped.
And they killed the op like that.
He's not. He can't get it. That was a massive investment.
Damn. It's looking over. I'm not gonna lie.
Couch peek from narrate? Holy.
Yeah.
Insta tap.
Second is at 11 and 1 at the moment.
They are being suffocated.
Look at this fault line.
He stunned both of them. Oh my God.
Both affected by it.
These guys aren't playing Valorant. They're not getting the chance to play the game. I mean, this is a mental start from SEN.
A blowout hit towards the seaside. And now Sentinels have eyes for the other extremity on the map. An early fight here towards Rubble might be the order of the day. And a gate crash out from Zekin. It gets a little hot in there.
And that's why you send the Yoru forward there. You can get all of that information by absorbing the utility, and immediately the snap of your fingers, you're out of there, and the team is regrouped, intending on going into C, where it's only Shenum to
Can qualify for Toronto already? Yeah, they are. But this is for points and like for seeding.
Oh,
lovely shot
damn.
from Ospas. This is
That was a good shot.
MIBR can now actually play for a 5-on-4 retake, try and get their first round win.
They've got the death ball set up now when Sentinels are on a timer. They get to plant.
Big flank.
Slow
He hears
about
them.
it too, because they are expecting.
Yeah, they're expecting it.
Wait, that's kind of went alone.
Yeah, he did.
Paranoia still wants to try and take an engagement. Narrate flanks him.
No.
Cortesi and Verno do get some results here towards Mount.
Yeah, I feel like he wins this.
The pinch comes in from Halls. It's just Zekin. As Narrate falls, has to go.
I feel like he wins this.
Done so today. Up to 12 kills. Still no spike plant. And MIBR
see him,
no better
though.
than to poke the sleeping giant.
Doesn't know where the Viper is.
Oh.
If he wasn't angled off to it.
If he was like angled a little bit away.
Yeah, yeah. Could have been a chance.
Yeah, he's fucking frying right now, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
What's his warm-up routine like?
Yeah, I don't know.
Those gun duels were really sharp with the aim there, because that initial spacing here, when we saw Ospas go down, wasn't great. He was far ahead of the rest, outpaced the utility.
Nice! Let's go!
Man, you can always rely on that man to shoot.
And it's all the rookies leading the charge right now for MIBR. Cortesia, Verno, Shenum. At least two of those players, verified Rookie of the Year candidates right now. Youngblood leads by example. And that gets MIBR onto the board, but SEN have done a good job at stacking up these very important attack side rounds. No Sentinel on their comp, so really want to get ahead here.
It's unlikely in this round that Sentinels will be able to get to any of their ultimates of significance. So you're really only looking at Verno as someone who can turn the tide in that regard. Zekin is still 2 off now. John 3 off of his, so not going to be able to find impact in the server in that way. It's just intentions of slowly clearing out a Rubble, working their way back into this space on the map. While Second contains towards Mound and has the gate crash back and spawn to teleport away if he's pressured.
MIBR have no info. They've got to go get info at Mound, but Second.
Oh my God! How did he get 2? He got 2.
Shenum is able to recover things there, but that's the lion's share of the heavy hitters from MIBR already
That's
down.
insane.
Now the remainders have to get it together here on A as Sentinels hit the site with a player advantage.
Artin is trying to get in backside, wanting to be a hero, wanting to take the fight.
Wow, the jumping.
Oh, the jump, yeah.
Kotechi's looked fantastic this game. He needs to do more. Viper's Pit now deployed. Kotechi Paranoia in TP to the other side of it. It's beautiful.
Oh, that was a good
Oh
play.
my God, what an
That was
insane
pretty
play,
good.
though. Yeah, it could have been nuts.
Damn.
Nice.
Nah, what a double kill from Zekin though, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That was insane.
1 versus 3 at Mount.
Meanwhile, he's also just changing his settings. He's fucking doubting everything.
Take the fight. He should not be getting this second kill.
That is crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
That was fast too. Oh my God.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh my God.
Zekin is at a casual 14-3 right now.
He's locked in. How long does it last? Or how long until MIBR can find a way to trip him up? Heading into round 8 here, Sentinels have been dominant. Looks like we might have called in a bit of a timeout here. Probably a good time for it now. We got Dimensional Drift coming online here for Sentinels. Tech pause it will be. But MIBR, you talked about ultimates of significance.
Damn, another timeout already.
Most of them ready.
Listen,
And here we go.
They could use a tech pause. You need something to ice Zekin right now.
I feel like what they're gonna talk about is like a reset. Like they have to just be like, yo, what's happening? How are we losing right now?
Wait, you mean the tech pause or you mean like on attack?
Oh, it's a tech pause. Oh, I thought it was a attack pause.
But
yeah, if they were gonna do like a attack pause, I feel like MIBR just has to be like, yo, what's happening? How are we losing right now? Because like nothing's working. Anything they were doing, like Sentinels just have an aura right now. Whatever they do, they just get away with it right now.
Yeah. Because they've tried to do shit together, it just hasn't worked.
Yeah, nothing's worked so far. I feel like, I don't know. They're kind
So
of
what
in
do
a
you
tough
do
spot
then?
right
If,
now.
if everything we're doing, I guess you just change the pace maybe. Maybe like try shit earlier or try shit later. Try change the timings up a little bit.
Maybe change all the settings and skins.
It could be. Everyone crossed their change. Wait, Verno left? Where'd Verno go?
I feel like something happened to me. I don't know.
There's been a lot of bathroom breaks lately. I don't know what's happening.
I don't think it would be a bathroom break.
The Americas team, the only Americas
Surely
team
not.
who've been able to beat G2, who have just been the unstoppable force of our scene. When you're watching this game so
I think he took it as a bathroom break because like Bang maybe had an issue or something. That could be a thing.
That should be allowed even then.
Yeah, I am not sure if it is allowed. But
I think so. What I heard is that like after like 20 minutes you're allowed.
Remember this
But like,
it's crucial.
yeah, not like right at the beginning like that.
Best of 5 grand finals of our stages, that map advantage means so much. Getting an extra ban is going to be absolutely crucial. Both these teams, they're big fracture banners. That's actually kind of why we have an MIBR game that doesn't feature Icebox, a map they would have loved to have brought in. But because MIBR had to ban Fracture, Sen get to take away their very best map. And even then, Lotus has not been a great map for Sentinels this stage. It's not what they've been looking for, but hey, here's what Aspas had to say about facing off against this team once again. Last time, of course, was at kickoff. Let's hear the word.
I'm excited to play against Zekin. This is gonna be a rematch, so I'm even more excited because of this. Basically, I think that's the 4th time that I play Sentinels, so kind of remembers me of 22 that I played Optic like 6 times, a lot of times. I love rematches.
Yeah.
Can't blame the guy. The stakes were so high in that last matchup. I would almost say that, you know, with both of these teams, you know, in very good shape. Obviously, we're going to see them heading over to Masters. The top seed, though, heading into that event out of Americas is a huge boon. It lets you bypass so much of that grueling early stage of the tournament.
100%. And with the tournament as stacked as it's looking to be, there's a lot of early trap games. At least Cubert's feeling good. He's locked in.
Yeah.
Sponsorship.
He's juiced up.
New assistant coach.
He's also not getting crushed into a tiny sugar cube size, which is always a good sign.
But what does he think about Kaplan's strat? I think he seems sort of middling on what the offering is on Lotus.
You don't see off camera the person with the blunt objects threatening Cubit into giving a favorable account of his time over in Sentinels. So a little bit about a gear issue here, also just being ironed out. And a couple of converging
occurrences are happening on stage at the same time there, folks. So we'll have a ready check. We'll be jumping back into the game in just a moment. If you're just joining us, I mean, I could probably just show you a clip of one round and it will give you the full idea of what has happened. Sentinels have been getting a lot of early advantages on the map. They've been going crazy with the first kills. A lot of the time, Zekin. Let's see if he can run that back again.
Bear in mind as we get into this, Sen are 0-2.
Yo, come back FPS. Thank you for the raid, bro. Hope you had a good stream, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah, questionable when you
Thank
see
you, bro.
the first 7 rounds of this map, how that's even possible. But that is the world that we're living in. MIBR into this one, however, have got 2 rifles to play with, mostly pistols. Let's see if Ospas and Artzin can turn up the heat.
Another dimensional drift here developed for second. Gets a decent bit of information about what's happening at Baby Door. Now adding to Rubble, so doing a lot of scouting for his team. Oh,
Wow, it's just that one's it's just like, what can you do?
I feel like most of these are like, what can you do?
The breach stuns have been like on point.
Yeah.
Drift into the fault line, net 3 kills for second. Bang off the
Wow, he wasn't even
Their
expecting
util was just
it.
good.
The utility from John Cutie.
I'm surprised he's open like that.
Yeah. He didn't even react.
Created by that guided salvo gives Zekin the room to perch up in this
And there's
pocket,
discipline too?
playing off the one-way. Time to jump. Should MIBR dare to test it? The final boss will be
What are they
waiting for
gonna
them.
do? Jump through?
I guess you have to.
Or ass pass. Another fucking.
Oh my god.
Oh, I was actually banging.
Damn.
Bang supporting from the back line.
Dude, holy fuck.
Spraying them down with the Phantom.
Yep. I mean, again, they're working with pistols, right? Sheriffs to some degree. But man, no one is able to stop Zekin.
No, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's over.
Let's see how this plays out, Wyatt.
Sunlight just playing so good right now.
Oh, I feel like if they scrap together a few rounds.
They have passion, Zach. I respect that. They're going for the win.
Damn.
Congrats.
It definitely looks like a passionate 3-player push, for sure. Great coverage, like you mentioned, for Bang there, looking towards upper.
I feel like even if they get like some rounds here on defense, it's just so hard. Like Sentinels are like fully on point right now.
Especially now, right?
Yeah. Like they're on point in everything. Like their calls are good, their spam is good, literally. Their utility is great, just aim is everything is so good right now.
Yeah.
They haven't made a mistake yet.
That turns off the wall over towards the B side of the map. The retake wall, the screen. Makes it that much harder for MIBR to shore up their position. One of the worst plays they could lose early.
Bang just hears the audio cue of that drone running forward, so stops it before it can even round the corner. Now here's Narrate trying to get some information back in towards Rubble so Sentinels can attempt to re-clear this. It's going to be difficult playing around some of these defensive walls, and there is that forward position still held by Cortesia.
Tells us ahead of the wall, knows Cortesia is there, but is brought down. Aspas is able to spring forward, and nobody can really see
Well, he got out though.
Bang has to just TP.
Only one guy see. And
all the while, Zekin has been
should be a free hit for them.
in the mound. The intentions are to go for the C hit.
Uh-oh.
is fully entrenched.
Oh my
He
god.
just has to get out.
Ideally buys a bit of time. Zekin definitely affected by it. Here comes
He
the
got
rolling
one.
thunder, though. Artesian is
Good
about
trade.
to feel the heat, and every Zekin always seems to be on the correct side of the kill feed.
Bang.
Wow.
Bang with a second, shuts down Ospas. Time is dwindling, and there's an Armageddon left for Verno.
They've got to kill Cortesia.
No!
Armageddon could be
Wow.
Verno is
He
carved
didn't
to
get
the
that kill
rescue.
there.
Spike is down. But John is now in a 1
That's
versus
done.
2.
This is still so winnable for him.
Just come back online for the breach. Cortesia a little bit low. Gotta respect the salvos that at some point MIBR will have to wager something to get this defused. Fault line
He killed him full stun.
Was that before connected, or was that a
Something had to go MIBR's way.
Cortesia is
Just had to be that.
the headshot machine as always. Time just dwindled so low for Sen. You were just waiting and waiting for Verno to eventually rip that Armageddon. John was able to get the spike down, but at that point they had just lost too many players. Verno and Cortesia have been the
Was that, I
duo
think it was the same moment as the stun.
earning this
Wow.
MIBR team the round.
Nah, he
at
was
the
full
moment.
stunned.
If you're MIBR, that's got to get you out of your seat. Still a smile on John's face. He knew it was tough. Again, the fall line was pretty good. I'm pretty sure it hit Verno squarely. 10 rounds in, Sentinels have been able to buy every round with the exception of that first one. They've been in very, very good shape, but
Wow, they timed out?
calls
Damn.
a timeout. There might be a couple of ults close to being online, or maybe he's trying to get Sen to play around what MIBR still has, because they have a Rolling Thunder, they have a Viper's Pit, there's a couple of things that could be a little difficult for Sentinels to play into in this round.
Sen will never be in danger of having to eco in this half. It's not going to happen. But
dude, center point is so good right now.
Opportunity to now close the gap to try
Like that round was just like a little unlucky for them. Full stun, and then like Zeus got picked up early.
And then they get to swap to attack where they don't have to run into a Sentinel. There's no Vice or Cypher to slow down Ospas on the Neon. Sen need a lot of rounds here because MIBR should be able to go on a run themselves when these sides swap. So Kaplan wants to ensure that they don't give anything away before we get there. And this is a round where things can really begin to shift for MIBR because of all those aforementioned ultimates.
But if Sen get to 9 on this half, it's feeling very 9-3 coded, I'm going to be honest. Then they can afford a couple mistakes. The buffer is that much wider for them. The round, of course, money not a problem for Sen City. They are loaded. Zekin just walks across here. Interesting gap left in the salvo, trying to count for a TP across.
Which typically has been the case. Bang has been going for that standard TP, and the flashes from John has been finding opening kills there, so makes sense for the placement.
They've got all their util. Sentinels have not had to spend anything on this push out. It's such a cheap way to take control of Rubble.
Look at Narek just teasing in the corner with the drone. Shut him, perfect
Oh,
timing.
wow.
Oh my god.
It's never over, bro.
The fault line can even connect.
Sick fault line from Artazine though. That set up the kill for Shenum all too easy. Now,
what if they lose now?
Sentinels. Already a contingency is being worked on by Zelsus, but he finds himself all alone.
That is MIBR and Shenum specifically getting a surge of confidence. Perfect timing on that swing from him.
Yo, and then thank you for the gift of tier 1 sub, bro. I appreciate it.
John has
Thank
been
you.
instrumental in setting up Bang, setting up Zekin. We just saw the same from Artazine. Who now additionally has a rolling thunder to spend in these last 2 rounds of the half.
MIBR, they did not need to use a single ult into this round. They're going to retain them all for the next buy, and they should be getting to 3 unless Zelsus can make a genuine miracle happen. The last time these two teams faced off on Lotus, Celsius was the easy MVP. His Vice was really phenomenal. Sen have pivoted away from that, however. And they've really been unable to replicate the early success on this map that they had at the beginning of the year, and it's just that easy. That was an inevitable conclusion to the round with the fault line connecting onto him.
They've been in the lab on Lotus. You mentioned that we pivoted away from the Vice comp. This is the 3rd different Sentinels comp.
We got a game in our hands, chat.
Yeah, fault line there, timing not perfect.
It's not over till it's over.
But we're still able to take a kill on the backside eventually. Cortesi and Shenum.
Guys. Good job.
The
Let's
youngsters,
go. Five rounds.
fantastic so far in this map. Very, very sharp. Shenum, snappy moments there in tree to secure it.
That was a real intuitive timing that he took on that swing. All right, center gathered up outside of Mound, where MIBR are looking to go forward. You have Ospas crossing and playing awful for one way.
Wow.
Good seconds, good for an early fight.
Yeah, that util was so good.
Better believe it. Make that 19 frags in 10 rounds for those keeping track at home. And a dimensional drift now. Get second right.
Who's that timing
where
the
he
ult?
needs to be.
Oh.
Sees Verno solo. He's got to get out of there. It's dangerous now when Halls. Verno's going to try and cross, but the spam is
Wait,
too
Zekin
much.
staying here? Wow.
He's utterly overwhelmed.
That would have been overheat.
Yeah, you saw both of them though.
But it's a long
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah, he catches Zekin, but ultimately, does that even matter?
There, it's 1 off. He has drone still.
Try to
Holy
go
fuck.
into this 2 versus 4, see if they can find another kill. They've still got enough money to buy again.
I think they found Artazine. Playing up by Waterfall. Fault line here maybe to try and play Shenum in, but there is a poison orb up at the moment. Aftershock now, a bit of space here for MIBR. Now they've got to scale through this smoke at some point. It's going to be a flash that gets them there. Zelsus, though, on the move, has to back away. Shenum deals with Bang. Now an aftershock from the attackers. John trying to deny any sort of defuse, but Shenum is fighting. He's hungry, drooling for an engagement. And John will give it to him.
Wow, good
Damn.
A little scary, I guess.
Enough for Sen, it gets him to 8.
The thing about Sentinels is like, their fundamentals are hella good, so like, as long as they just play fundamentally right, they will just always have like the good play.
Like the good mechanics behind the fundamentals.
Yeah.
Early engagement. How many times have we seen Sen open a round with a 2-piece? Just
Off the back of
lock
a
it
John
up from
QT
there.
flash? Most of them.
Off the back of that, and also, listen, let's not, like, I'm going to be frank, this has been a poor map from Ospa so far. He is not in the game, and when the side swap, he has to be.
That will be his time to shine. The Neon here, he wants to take a fight early.
Oh
Overdrive.
my
Monty's looking for
god.
something, but stunned
The
up.
counter
Has to
util.
fast lane for a bit of cover.
That was crazy.
Okay, bang. Can he get
Wow,
out?
he killed him.
Does it the
How
old-fashioned way
does he
though.
get a kill? How is he allowed to
That
go
is
1
insane.
for 1?
On an ulting
The
Aspas.
kills they're getting are criminal.
Last round of the half starts pretty well
Good
for
neutral.
Sentinels, but Birdo might have other things to say. The one-way's in place and he tries to play off of it.
Oh, what a great ult from Ardzin to retain this space to support Verno. Now find the advantage, and they can just back away.
They're
Wait
walking
for that
back
front
in.
line and the guiding salvos to cycle back.
I don't
up,
think he saw
play
him.
for a
He still didn't see him.
retake. Ardzin is trying to
Oh my
Wow.
god, bro.
punishes him to the
That's
max.
insane.
Armageddon as well. Now right now has that crucial ultimate.
That's just a bad juggle. A lot of bad juggles.
I mean, I guess you got the timing on the wall, but
So they're really going to
Yeah.
keep MIBR in the dark of these movements across the map after that early
Yeah,
engagement.
he could have just had like
Has
one
to
wide
look for
one.
info. There's
And
no
like
other
that's
safe
it.
way for him to get it. And he'd give
Yeah.
himself away in doing so. Bam!
What a rapid shot from John. Look at this. Gets the orb, is going to get the plant, and have his rolling thunder in the 3 versus 2.
Ah, yes. Verno and Cortesia, incredible rookies, but now have to face two of the most powerful ultimates in Valorant. Cortesia probably wants to get to the
Two
side
ults.
pretty quick. He assumes center
This
vacated.
is gonna be so hard to
Now
win.
he sees the spike location. It's confirmed. He has to push up and take a fight. Narrate's not watching across right now. A little awkward for
Oh.
Zelsis, but man, he's good for it anyway. And there's a rolling thunder.
Yeah.
Verno affected by it now in the 1
tail
versus
ults,
3.
rockets.
Should be 9
Have
here.
your choice. Have your choice, bro.
Waiting for him. And Sentinels have that post-plant util. First the salvos. Forces Verno away. Next, the Armageddon.
Damn.
Line
You didn't
to
use
it.
it.
They didn't use it.
Just impossible.
Imagine you guys could keep hosts for the next half. That'd be insane.
Oh my god, don't even joke about it.
That kill onto Shenum, who stood out as an anchor on that A site previously, but could not get it done there.
That was like a super dominating half, I'm not gonna lie.
Power for Sentinels has been amazing here. The strategy, or at least the tactics in some of these rounds have been on point. The util set up for John. Remember, he moved over from Sentinel to take up this initiator role. And has been absolutely terrifying for anybody who wants to try and face down this Sentinel squad. It's a 9-3
Wait, Aspas changing his
half
NVIDIA
vote. We're gonna head
settings.
to a
He's in his
break
head,
and we'll
no?
see if
Yeah,
MIBR
he's been changing them the whole
pull
game.
themselves out of the
What the fuck?
doldrums
He's in his
and make a
NVIDIA
game of
control
it.
panel. That's not good signs, I'm not gonna
No.
lie.
He's been there like in the other tech class too.
Was he?
When Verizon
Yeah.
announced that everyone gets a free phone on any plan, pain-free, count me in. Try and beat it. I'll give you a sec.
You think MIBR have a chance here or what?
I think on attack, dude, it's not out of the question. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if
I
they
think
get
you can
physical, it's a roll.
definitely like get some rounds going together, but like it's gonna be hard. Like these next few rounds are like harder than getting like the first like few rounds of the game.
Yeah, I would even say these first 3 rounds are like so important for them to make it.
Yeah, yeah. It's so hard for MIBR here. Like the form SEN are in right now is like crazy good, bro. Like they're crazy good, bro.
Familiar scoreline for many of you, I'm sure. 9-3 at half
9-3 curse. Do we believe in it? 9-3 curse?
Zekin is at 19-7. Really leading the charge, but the backup, the util usage from John Narrate has been sublime. And if you're an MIBR fan, there is one thing, and one thing only on your mind. Where is Aspas?
He has to wake up. It was a pretty poor defense half from him. So uncharacteristic. We led this map off talking about how last year he dropped 47 on Sentinels for a kill record on Lotus. Now that he's on attack playing Neon against Sentinels running a Sentinel-less comp, he needs to turn up the heat.
He's got to take liberties. There's no hard stopping power for Sentinels outside of a bullet to the cranium. That's always a risky proposal. when you're up against a player like this on Neon. Aspas has gotten
They're
deep on
so
the
spread out right
resource and allow
now.
for the
That might be
take.
okay. There
But of
you go.
course,
The
their
group
double
more.
initiator comp had some nasty
They're
util
taking some
flood.
space.
How do they want to reposition this MIBR now that they've gotten the spike down? Artson has pressed up into heaven, but he's going to be cleared out by the drone and swung onto by multiple players.
Paranoia, fault line now. John might want to play off this, but Artazine was
Wow.
wholly unaffected. Chance to reload now. Here comes the fight. Artazine deals with Zelsis, almost too quick to see.
Those are some excellent salvos coming in from Verno.
That was very good from
He's now
Artisan.
occupied and pushing up into upper.
whoa.
Wow.
This is gonna be a
Same
clean
pistol,
one,
honestly.
folks.
If I post
Here
on
come
B.
MIBR.
Yeah.
Much.
Artisan played that so good. He got spotted in heaven, he ran away, dodged his stun, then ran back in.
Uncomfortable situation
Yeah.
up there in heaven.
Then he
Oh, that
He
was
was the
good.
only
Right
player
clicked
pushed
him,
up,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
was forced to reload because he was right-clicked down to just 3 bullets left. Verno sends out perfectly timed missiles into heaven to divide the 2 players who were trying to kill our Zin. They are right back into this game.
I almost know how to finish that sentence. It's a new half. MIBR trying to treat it like a new match entirely. They've got a little bit of a deficit to make up.
We're set up for a big clash towards A if Sen have intentions of pushing past this wall.
Wow.
Last boss.
Damn.
3 spam, 3 kill.
One good turn deserves another. That was Bang on the second round of the game, doing basically that. Now he's on the receiving end of it. Shenum will be inserted here on this A side of the map, and we have some drift across for Sen. They definitely are a little nervous about it.
I mean, that could be the turnaround.
Absolutely.
Like, stuff
Free for the taking.
is working for MIBR now.
MIBR team Sen really little hope at this point of the round of even doing much damage. They've only got classics into this, so real opportunity here for MIBR to get their economy rolling, stabilize things, and the way that they bought into this round with the 2 pistols, try and get a real buy on their bonus with multiple rifles at hand.
Yep, this is a verified stand in the Teo Salvo round. Sendo do group up over towards Waterfall. The question of whether they push any further past this point or not remains to be seen. A couple pistols still on the side of MIBR, and his Aspas going down.
We're gonna have plastic or have green on? I don't know.
There's a fight here on the side. Zekin holds his own. Verno's there on the corner, sprayed through to get the second. Still asking for more, but John is punishing, and this is unraveling.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, MIBR just looks not confident fighting them right now.
I mean, they're not going to win the round, but feels like they might as well have.
Like, they're like hesitating like before fighting them.
The only weapon they brought
Are they
into this
scared,
is
you
a
think?
sheriff.
Yeah.
How did they get away with doing that much damage? Funneling through Waterfall with classics. Oh, I know how.
I mean, like, in this stage of the game, it's like, you're down 4-9, you don't want to take, like, a quote-unquote bad gunfight, and, like, they've been, like, shitting you the whole game, like, they can just, like, one-tap you, you don't want to just, like, die and lose the round because of it.
That was definitely
Yeah, like they won.
Yeah, that's a market
They're like almost playing too disciplined. Like they're too tight.
Yeah.
And now they've got basically an
horrible bonus.
anti-eco. It feels like, I mean, like an anti-half-buy.
Shenom now knows he needs to do a little more in a round like this.
What?
Saved the sheriff.
What a shot.
Saved it. Now he's gonna upgrade.
Very snappy from Shenom yet again, but Narrate quickly will punish. Sen definitely favored here. Spike already down, a very fast B hit from MIBR.
And it's an MIBR team that are again trying to take his forward control. I mean, look at the top of the mini-map. Ospas is pushed all the way through trying to wrap.
He has a Bucky. He's got the Bucky. Uh-oh. No.
Fucking Bucky?
Baby door control secured now.
I was rooting for that Bucky.
Still awareness.
All too ready for. Extra sentry hits perception.
He stuck it. Wow. He just stuck it.
Rumbling back into control.
A superior buy there for sure.
That was so good from him.
When Artson takes that swing
Wait,
with
he's
the
using the
Bucky,
nose
he
strips
had
too. Have you
actually
tried the nose
fully
strips out?
connected
Yeah. I need them, bro.
Wait,
Like when
what
I sleep, it like helps you breathe.
But it's Narrate finding that
Like if you're
better?
And then
Yeah.
You can see he kept turning back. He had an awareness that
If like your nose is like clogged or whatever and shit like that, you put it on like it helps you breathe better.
And because Narrate
Think it lowers your heart rate or some shit?
No, nothing. It just like opens up like your nose.
I see.
Just so you can actually breathe through your nose.
Fast hits to B, but now Sentinels are pretty well armed. Slightly costly round for them there, but they're happy to get the number on the board. Aspas is just looking, he's fishing. There is a lot going on here, and a gate crash per second. He needs to get away from the
That's kind of a waste of an O, no? He
Good
didn't.
definitely ways.
Yeah, he didn't do anything with it.
So close up against the Sting.
Oh my god, help! Oh my god, help! Oh my god, help!
How did he get away with that?
Bailed out by Big Bro, 100%.
He wanted to run back in there too. He ran back in there.
Wait, what?
Zelsis has to be careful. Paranoia hits, so he has to play closer to the door than otherwise.
Does they know he's a judge here?
The angle a bit.
Yeah. He shot it 3
do?
times already.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's dead. Fuck my life.
Still waiting to get in the baby door. Now they can access it. Walk up for the.
He didn't swing there.
Confirms the
Will they
presence of
expect
MIBR now
bang?
heading to be.
I don't think they will. He had a hell of fast timing.
He's so quick. No, it just doesn't look like it. Free kill out to
Nice.
Shen.
That's paranoia too.
Isolated in the site is Verno.
And what of Cortez here? He's in baby door to try and
Nice.
play off this, but from every angle there's a SEN player.
Wow.
You know Cortez is here now. Smoke
Such good utility.
No paranoia to play off of it. A smoke
That was perfect.
face. That's 11 for Sentinels. And it's a backbreaker for MIBR. The money now gets a little dicey.
Narrate and Zelsis just doubled up in Baby Door are the pivotal players in that round for Sen. How is he alive? How is he surviving? And then Zelsis just runs in with the judge into the jumping classic.
Down A.
Part 2 of the
I'm not gonna lie, Ashbass is probably tweaking out
That is
the way he
a pure
died.
attention.
Yeah.
You probably watched that moment. And
He's like, bro, how's he alive right now?
the handle of the seat there.
He might be in the panel again. I need to see his
Timeout here for
PC.
MIBR. As good a time as any for it now is likely.
In my opinion, it's
Economically,
worrying
they can only
signs.
afford half armors and some.
What?
Like, I don't know.
Changing
Like, I feel
settings?
like changing your settings too much means you're in your head, no? Or am I wrong? Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Maybe you, yeah, maybe like you like generally are just like making like adjustment or whatever. Or like sometimes you are overthinking it.
I feel like when I change my settings, I'm in my head.
Great proactive
well,
decisions at
that's
the
you.
same time.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful to watch. All of that action was happening in Baby Door. Bang cleared out all of the seaside, was wrapping behind for the flank. It's just all set up so perfectly. The players are playing with a lot of confidence. This is really some of the best Sen that we've seen all year.
If you're Kaplan,
hands down on this playoff run.
You just worry about history repeating itself maybe. So strong in playoffs domestically. They want to maintain, they want to bottle this lightning for the next couple of series and then into Masters. And a brief pause there on the stage. Mild audio issue. And a chance here for the Sen crew just to lean back into it a little bit. Zekken has been
Another tech pause. Tech pause. Tech pause.
Second half, but we've not really seen him equip. We haven't really seen them get going, right? They lose that pistol. And that bizarre round 14, where Sen take a fight with Classics and take all the guns away from MIBR, forcing them onto the worst bonus you could really imagine after winning the second round.
That was a disaster round for MIBR. I'm also just looking at the scoreboard right now. John is at 13 kills, 6 deaths, and 13 assists. He's only died a third of the rounds that we played. And he's that's an insane amount of assists to have, and he has the second most kills in the server right now. He's put on such
John
a
is
show.
fine.
And, you know, maybe it's making me think back to just all of the discussion that has been had around this team since Tens and Saucy departed. They bring in Narrate and Bang. They make this role swap with John that on paper didn't really seem to make a ton of sense at the time because Narrate had been playing Initiator with K-Corp and surely
Did both teams make Toronto already? Yeah, they're playing for sitting there.
Swap into Initiator. And a lot of people were questioning why that was the case. They didn't feel like the gameplay we were seeing was backing up the decision. But I mean, come on, man. When you're seeing him play like this, how can you argue that long-term, this wasn't the right decision? Now, of course, we need to see them past this. You know, they play this game. We need to see them again in Toronto. But right now, this is some strong evidence supporting that this is a great role for him and that they have made the right decision.
And fans of Sentinels, though, remember, this team felt like absolute world beaters when we sent them off to Bangkok. Expectations were at an all-time high, and they slumped at that tournament. They came back, and they really had to come
Ooh,
together.
Bang's computer's having technical
they had a bit
issues
of a
again.
Rocky, like week 2, I think it was lost to crew. There were definitely questions over whether this team even had that form from kickoff, whether they could reclaim that.
Yeah, we were worried that we were going to see a repeat of last year's history where Sen get back from that first international tournament really have a bad slump.
Miss out on that second
and it
Masters.
felt like we were getting there when Crew dominated them week 2. And then from there, they gather up a few wins, not against the strongest competition, but they were able to get 3 wins in a row, and now they're looking better than they have at any point this year.
I mean, this rematch against MIBR so far has gone off without a hitch. Let's hear from Zekin, though, and get what his read on MIBR is coming into this game.
MIBR have definitely evolved since they picked up Verno. Obviously, he's an incredible shooter, and his util is very, very solid. I think overall, they've gotten more free-flowing. They seem a lot more confident. They're swinging and fighting and shooting incredibly well, so I think it's just been a very big boost in their confidence since they picked him up.
Yeah, he definitely gave him like a lot of confidence as a team. Oh my god, tech pause, bro. Bro, I had to sit through so many tech pauses today, bro. Amy had so many. Now an A, bro. Fuck. We're alive in 10. Wait, we're going into highway? What the fuck? Yo, where's the game at?
He's gonna have to push soon to get that timing on the spike. Just right clicks coming out, and it is gonna be another one from Bang!
Damn.
So the best form we've ever seen from MIBR, ever, as a team, still doesn't quite seem to be able to measure up to Sentinels so far in this series. We're still in map 1, folks. Round 17 on the docket. Sen have a 6-round lead. It's 11-5. We've got a bit of an audio issue down on stage, which is currently being rectified. I can see Bang being able to speak to Zelsis and Zekin there at the end of the table, so it looks like we're moving comfortably sort of through that. We'll keep you guys updated with it, but I mean, MIBR wants so much more than this. I mean, we saw those really heartfelt interview with Cortesia and Artesine in the pre-show. You know, being great here in America is fine, but for these guys, they have their sights set so much higher than that. And Aspas at this point is probably getting sick of, you know, falling at the last hurdle, falling at that, you know, hurdle and not being able to attend the international. They've secured that at least. They're in very good shape for that, but that top seed is definitely what they've got their eye on.
There's a lot of pressure on this team too. I mean, at the moment, they are the hope of the Brazilian.
Who do you have winning the game? SEN 2.
Odds, it is MIBR.
I think SEN is gonna win 2.
Who are the hope of the Brazilian scene? Tons of pressure. Aspas has taken this org team from the bottom of the leaderboard to the top this year.
It's insane how far cry it is from watching a solo lurking Sky on Sunset from MIBR last year just constantly get flattened and wonder not only where that team was going, but whether the Brazilian scene had the depth.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, and the best Brazilian team. I'm looking, where's, do I see Les? Do I see Sock? No. Where is Saucy there?
You see RGL Meister?
I mean, where are they at?
Where's Noswa?
Just the depth of talent in the scene that Aspas was able to
I wonder what the tech buzz is.
bring up to create this roster, to be the torchbearers for Brazil in
They seem
BCT
to be
Americas.
talking, but I don't know.
It's paid off so far, but today, at least as we stand, they have gone up against the Sentinels who are at their peak, riding the high of beating the unbeatable G2.
Seems like audio something.
It's pretty insane stuff from this Sentinels team. So still some discussion here about how to make Bang's teammates hear him. Has anyone told him that maybe they're just ignoring him? No? All right, it's capsule voting time, folks. Sen or MIBR? Yeah! I mean, listen, the sales have been cranking on the Sen bundle. I wonder what this... Almost had you with the camera flip, my friend.
First half.
All right, Sen bundlers, rejoice. What about you? Yeah, no. Okay, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm seeing the Zelsis sign in your hand. Yeah, you don't need to tell me twice. We are selecting very specifically for SEN fans only here, obviously.
Can we find a non-SEN jersey just to really, you know, throw them for a loop for at least 1 second?
Yeah. Oh, all right. Okay, the MIBR bundle. Nice to see that. Fallon is my goat. Which is your goat bundle? You're pointing upwards. Damn. Why are you gonna do me like that? All right, MIBR fans. Okay.
Ooh, MIBR.
I like that one.
Oh, never mind. Never mind, it's the wrong one.
Not gonna lie. SEN bundlers. Yeah. It's mirrored, guys. I know. It's tough.
It's the camera
tricky.
left.
It is tricky. All right. Look at this guy. Hits it on the first time. Confident. I mean, again, see guys, pistol rounds been going for Sentinels. Every reason to feel confident about our one.
The PRX hoodie?
Jeez. Now, I mean, we are on like a 10-2. It's almost like the scoreline in this game so far.
Maybe if this was in Sao Paulo. we are Los Angeles.
Take me back, honestly. Take me back. Another SEN bundler. Yep. It's okay. We've all done it.
The bundle jersey. That's a great.
Bundle jersey.
Oh,
crazy.
That's crazy.
What? Hey. Okay, fair enough. That's a SEN City shirt, but I'm with it. Okay, MIBR bundle indeed. So we've got someone underneath the table. I know they're not just watching the feet of banger, though you might expect them to. Maybe laying down palm fronds for the guy, and he walks into the room because he's been that important for this team this year. But we are playing Operation on our little audio box here. Still keep you updated as things progress here. Hopefully no one bumps their head. That seems pretty treacherous. Thank God he's wearing his shoes. I know so many players just like take off their shoes and play like that. I feel for the techs who have to get in there amongst all that.
Wouldn't want to play against Bro in limbo either. He's flexible.
Was that a short? Oh, okay, right.
No,
I think you're making a short joke.
That dude.
Okay, okay. Because that's my go-to.
That
You know, if someone is vertically challenged, I just say they'd be great at limbo because no one ain't on bending their knees. You know what I mean? Just walk straight under. Yeah.
Take a stroll.
We had a different idea with this. Earlier, we spoke with Aspas about his handpicked team, MIBR's growth in the year 2025. Let's take a look.
I think we are a team that.
Bro, they fixed EMA tech pauses and now it's NA tech pauses.
I asked for everyone to be patient with us because we're a brand new team. But I already knew and said to the fans that we're going to improve in the year. During the year, we would only get better. The scenario is still the same, but now I don't need to ask for patience anymore because we are already playing at a good level, but I know that we can be even better.
You got a long ass fucking tech pause, guys. Am I watching P per X versus T1? No, what? Why would I watch T1 versus that shit's in like fucking 12 hours, bro. Have some water? I've been had water. I had like 12 cups of water. Some shit like that. You look tired now? Yeah, I've been up for a while, but how much I got left? 2.5 hours left? Some light.
All right, everyone, and we are back. So sorry for the delay. We want to let everyone know that we're working on it. You can see our incredible team on stage addressing it as it is. But for now, you will be sticking with us here in our dulcet tones. I don't know if the camera's going to come to us.
What do you think they're doing under the desk? Do you think they're just switching wires?
Well, found out we're swapping audio boxes, all this stuff. And by the way, we got an Oxy. He's here today.
Oh
hey,
my God,
look at him.
in out of nowhere.
Look at him. He just showed up. He showed up in a really, really nice Cloud9 hoodie. Look at that there.
Bro, they should have given him like a boxy stand on.
Look at that. Check it out. Oxy, pleasure to have you here, buddy. First things first, you know, we're not done with the match quite yet. We're still waiting for the results, obviously, from that one. But just preliminary, what are your thoughts on what you've seen so far?
I mean, like, Zekin is actually just a Zekin show. This guy's just insane. I'm not gonna lie. We play them in scrims. Their entire Jordan is the guy dropping 30 against us. In the match, Zekken is literally just like God's gift to the game.
Wait, so Celsius is the one dropping the 30s?
Yeah, Celsius and Zekken are swapped.
Is Zekken like feeding in scrims? What's happening?
He's just
Swapping
chilling, you know? He's just playing. He's having fun.
It's just not much Zekken.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Hey, man, well, look, so far it has looked pretty good for Sentinels, but MIBR showing signs of life. Coming back to it, but Imi, you were talking about before about the composition, what you were expecting to see. Did it play out the way that you had envisioned it when we talked last?
Yeah, what the
I didn't
fuck?
expect the Yoru, but I don't know if it's the Yoru or it's just Zekken, but it's incredible. I don't know what Francis thinks about playing Yoru on this map.
I think Yoru, I think it's good against this meta because it baits out a lot of utility like Teo and Breach. And also it commonizes as well because like, you know, Teo and Breach, you just use the overall, you clear out everything, and it's also like, they just work so well together. So I mean, I think it's a good change, but I think the main reason is on defense, you can help Jordan or Zustus because he's alone a lot.
Yeah.
And you can insta-rotate TP. Yeah. Instead of Neon, you still have to run. It takes time, but yeah.
Hey, you want to take my job?
No.
Just let him coach for you?
Hey,
would you make a good duelist?
I'm hearing right now, I want to see Oxy in the chair, losing his mind, Imi on the stage. You know, that's what I want. I want the role reversal.
That's crazy. That's crazy. No, I was also just going to say, like, one of the things that I really like about the Yoru on defense especially is that it masks a lot of your intent in the round. Because usually, like, if you have a Neon, you're, like, showing stun pretty early on, or you're, like, trying to take the forward fights. You're usually fighting a bit quieter with the Yoru, right? So like taking contact lines, so it forces the attackers to come into you to like seek out that info.
Yeah, and you can get on a line and then you have your TP. What a lot of teams you'll notice do.
Bro, is this what fucking EMA matches felt like for like months? Long ass tech passes like this, they had to like cancel matches.
He gets the line, has the support, and then he has the fast rotate as well.
Yeah, I'm telling you, a lot of knowledge on this test, a lot of knowledge. But you know what? I want to put that to the test, right? In a simple game called Where You At. That's right. The rules are simple, okay? We're going to see a very small portion of the
what
map,
are they
and you
coming
guys
up
are gonna
with?
have to guess which map it is. So let's go ahead and get this started. You know,
do you understand the rules?
Oh, no, I understand.
I have a feeling Oxy is going to know a lot here. Okay.
What the hell?
Where?
What is that?
Oxy, I was bringing you up, bro, and then you let me down.
Wait, I think I know.
Where we at? Where we at?
I mean,
are we in Fracture?
Or are we on Fracture?
Icebox.
Icebox. And by the way, for those of you in the studio, feel free to let us know. Just pop off, yell it out loud. Maybe they can pipe in your audio so I can hear you.
Bind halls, but it's.
I think it's Fracture spot bind. I forgot that was even a map.
Bind halls is my best guess.
Bind, that does look rather bindy. You know, I'm looking at the.
Even.
I don't know.
All right. Well, let's see.
Interior room.
So we got Bind, we got Fracture, and Icebox. I'm also going with Ender on Bind. Let's see what we have. Survey says.
I knew it was
I tricked myself out of it.
I tricked myself out of it.
You worked yourself into a shoot there, brother. All right, there you go. All right, let's try another one.
I've never looked up there in my life.
Yeah, I've never
Bro, what the fuck are we watching?
They're finding some difficult spots for you. Okay, I think I might know where this is.
Wait. Oh my
I have a theory.
Fracture is split, right? But
well, I was going to say Icebox because it looks like a heater, and isn't there like a... No, maybe I'm trolling myself.
This is Fractured though.
I don't know.
I want to see Fracture again.
I'm going to go Icebox. That's what I'm going
Bind.
Think Bind? Okay, I'm going Icebox. Imi needs at least a small encyclopedia and maybe some, you know, like...
I think this is Fractured.
I'm on Fracture.
I hate that you said I need some hair, and then Chrissy went up and was like, I'm going Fracture.
When they say that annoyed me as well.
Timothy Shalamala hair over here. Unbelievable. All right, we can say Fracture. I say Icebox. What do you say, Oxy? Bind?
What? That's crazy.
You worked yourself into a shoot again,
I've never even seen that. I play this game like hundreds of hours a week.
Yeah.
I've never seen that in my life.
Because you've never threw a lineup in your life. That's all.
Called out in 4K. Love it. All right, we got one more. Let's see what we have. This actually couldn't have worked out better. And I know there's more of a game. Good God.
That's split.
No.
I have no idea what this is, bro.
I was thinking
Oh wait, no, this might be New Ascent.
I think that's New Ascent.
The new wall?
The new wall.
Because that's hard.
Because I know this texture exists on Split, but it has like Dino logos on it.
It's like, it's crazy.
I think it's just because of the tarp. There was like a little tarp that they added on that section, I believe. I believe it's on the Ascent. On a B-side.
So we all fought different maps. You say Ascent, and we're all like, yeah, it's Ascent.
You know what's crazy? It's crazy.
I'm going with Ascent.
My second choice is always correct, so I'm sticking on Split.
Okay, you're sticking with Split. I'm going with Ascent. Oxy's going with Ascent.
I think it's Ascent, but I'm going to go Icebox.
Okay, he's going Icebox.
If it's Ascent, I was right.
You could be right.
Yeah.
Oh my
God. Hey, I was like,
I will say though, not the area I was thinking of. So
wait, that's not what you were thinking?
I was thinking the outside area. I was thinking the new area that was
What is the new area?
I was thinking the one inside of Maine.
I thought inside of Maine.
Yeah.
Well, it was bright out. How is it going to be
And
inside?
you know what though? I got it right, and I said it with my whole chest, and I don't care. That's it.
Failing upwards. That's
I'm a genius. I'm a genius. We do have one more. We have one more because there's still. By the way, in case you're just joining us, we do want to let everyone know we apologize for the delay. We're getting everything sorted on stage with our awesome team. They're getting everything sorted. For now, we're just hanging out. So stick around with us, and we'll see where this goes.
I want to be clear. I do not apologize.
That's fine. I mean, you could
not out there.
I'm the host, so I do apologize
You wear that one.
on the behalf of the show. Anywho, let's go ahead and run the next map. We got to see what we have there. Last one.
Oh, diet milk.
Hey, I never seen diet in my life, so I don't know.
This is the wait. Okay, now I'm getting mixed up. I want to say Split.
I think it's Split. That's what I was thinking because it's right in it's CT spawn.
CT spawn.
I think,
But
right?
I know there's a diet milk in kitchen on Icebox. But I don't think this is the kitchen on Icebox. I think this is the coffee shop on Split.
It's Split. It's Split.
I think it's Split.
It'll be funny if it's Breeze.
That map is
There is a little section on Breeze, but it's not a coffee shop.
All right, let's zoom out.
Disco
Let's see
Hut.
what we have. I'm really curious. It probably is Split.
It's
Oh my God!
It's cooked.
How do you say it with your whole chest and you get it wrong? It's unbelievable.
I didn't know that was there. I'm not gonna lie. I did not know that was there.
Either.
You know, it makes sense. Pearl's, it's a small town under the ocean.
Right.
You know what I mean? People live there, right?
How do they get the coffee beans there?
You could still. I'm sure the ground is good for the beans to grow and whatever. Look, I'm not a freaking agricultural
Do they have to import the
mastermind.
diet milk? Or is that already?
You gotta watch out for the sharks on the way as you going into water. It's pretty wild there. All right, folks. Well, of course, we don't want to remind everyone yet again, delay on the stage, but we do want
Bro,
to
how
make
are we
sure that
still
we're
not
getting to
ready?
the action as soon as we possibly can. There, of course, you guys could see as we get ready to go here. But I did get word that we are going to be sending this one back over to the casters. So now it's their responsibility to speak for a while. Let's hope it's going to be for a short one. Fellas, over to you.
Great to be back here in the caster booth, folks. It's Uber and Wyatt taking you into round 17 of the first map between Sentinels and MIBR. To score, for those who may have forgotten, 11-5 with Sentinels winning the last two in a row.
Bro, how long was that?
Heavy hitter.
Like 15 minutes
And
or
additionally,
what?
if you have short-term memory, Zekin is going crazy. He is getting a 2K pretty much every round. He got an ace with a crazy
22
spray
on 10, bro.
transfer.
Jesus, he's
John is
trying.
throwing a perfect utility on the breach. Sen are looking the best that they've looked all year. I'm gonna be honest. These past couple games, this playoff run from them has been lights out.
Aspas has had upwards of a kill per round in the second half after 1 in every 4 in the previous one. So an improvement here for MIBR's star duelist. But it's going to take a little bit more than that to close this ever-widening gap.
Crucially, into this round, MIBR, they have brought their economy down to nothing. Just
Oh
to
fuck,
get
they're on into Zekin.
Guardians. They have 2 rifles, some light armors, not an ideal buy, but they do not want
Oh my
Sen to
God.
get to 12, but Zekin has other ideas. He is
He's going back for more.
man.
And that's one of your bigger controllers off the map already. Hitting this side could be tricky. Bang catches Shenom. That's over to the A side of the map. So now
Wow.
confirmation that this is a real
That was
deal.
such a big kill
Hit
from
over
him.
towards C. Aspas is trying to trend forwards here, but Sen are just going to give it up for now. They know that Verno has an Armageddon.
How on earth can MIBR possibly win this 3 versus 5? Nerate has an Armageddon of his own. John has a full kit. Fault line is coming in. Zekin is getting the info.
This is a Sen
Wow,
coming
the
in
utility
unseen. Can't
combo.
quite get out alive.
Holy
Aspas
shit.
can't see a damn thing.
He's fucking dancing, bro.
He's doing tricks on that shit.
He's literally dancing there, bro.
He's working the pole.
Jesus.
God damn, bro. Should I start throwing money at him? Like, what the
They're going
fuck?
to get it to
That was
12.
fucking insane.
John is even getting the defuse so he can have the Rolling Thunder on top of everything else to close out this game and go to SEN's map pick split. This wasn't even their map pick, damn it. They looked this good. And they haven't even won this map yet in this stage. This is the third time they're playing it and the third time that they've switched their comp.
So I don't kill him and you take the bomb from me. At least Marshall had the decency to say, Jordan, this is your clutch. All gonna
What gesture was he sending to a teammate there? He just cut off at the top of the camera. Unfortunate, really. Here it is, though. MIB are now forcing for the rest of the game. And they've got the Rolling Thunder Armageddon ready to go. And a fault line that doesn't shake Bang a little bit.
Oh, wow, they're changing up the pace.
They'll throw up the fast lane and not commit just yet. Great dodge of the Rolling Thunder by the
Oh my god,
Bang.
he killed him full stun.
He has been shut down, neutralized entirely in the course of this game.
Wow.
Chooses his
Wow,
spot well.
what a trade.
Just a little awkward with the movement.
They're still in this.
There. Typically
Wow.
so good for those anchoring kills.
Oh,
Right,
spike's
swings
down.
in, does get a free one of the darts in, but the trades are instantaneous.
No!
Awkward.
What a bit of a
It's
whiff.
been a long climb to get his team back in the round anyway. So MIBR are still looking for a chance to stabilize now. Gun-wise, it's not great. But ideally, rifles in hand and some form of armor, best they can hope for.
This round exclusively comes down to their IGL Artzin deciding to go crazy, find those opening kills. And from there, they set up a man advantage post plant, trade very rapidly when the SEN players try to swing back in.
Verno hits a nice stun in that corner to get them onto the seaside as well. All right, brick by brick, MIBR are trying to build their way back into the match.
One of the major issues for them as they try to make this comeback a reality is the fact that SEN already are sitting on multiple ultimates.
Oh my god.
Duel shuts down Zekin.
Are you scared
A
or no, to be honest?
rare sentence to be spoken in this game.
No. It's 6-0.
Rounds for Zekin.
I said no.
Viper's pit over at B now,
It's
so it's an
6-0.
option for MIBR.
That's how I feel.
It looks
But
much more tantalizing, but
Like, if it was 12-11, I'd be like, fuck. But like,
12-11 is what you wait for? All the way till then? Not even 12-11?
have to try and reclear this space and a lot
12-11, okay guys, now is the time to be scared.
Yeah.
Looks like
Right before.
TP's in, so there's more SEN players now in attendance. Zaspas heads to drop. Nothing to see just yet, and here comes that
Oh wow, he's gonna die.
Salvos, dangerous for Arzine. But he's able to walk away now as a Viper's Pit is deployed, and there's Aspas. He's just one step ahead of Bang there. Down to 3. Sentinels have to dig them out.
It's going to be so tough, though. Do they feel like they're just going to save? Do they want to regroup?
Ah shit.
There's no
If you look at their ults, they're gonna snowball.
Starting right.
Techo next round. Round after that, Omino. Maybe they get some breach orbs here. Yeah, Techo. And then Omino after that. And then they're gonna start working on the Neon ult and the breach ult.
Yeah, I mean, what best they have is Rolling Thunder, and that's never guaranteed. Sometimes it's a bit cosmetic. And Bang probably feels like he has to go for it there, right? He TPs to upper A. Wanted to make use of that ultimate, at least see if he could get something done. Patient here for Sentinels. 3 guns saved now as their economy gets a little rockier.
Past couple rounds, MIBR starting to just straight up win the duels. That was
anyway.
Never happening throughout this game. Aspas as well. He wins that duel against Bang when he drops down back sight. If Bang had won that, they are going for the retake. Complexion of that post plant very different. And then on the prior, Artzin just swings in, gets 2. Might be too little too late, but these guys could be individually starting to come to life for map 2.
The game looks so different when the Lurking Viper is taking and winning duels. And that's been Chenom's MO so far this half. No fight for rubble from the defenders. Senna stacked at B instead. MIBR have loved hitting that site. The fast Neon hits early in the half at least. Now slowing it down.
Stealth drone going to clear out those close positions so MIBR can slowly contact their way forward. On the opposite side,
I mean, low-key they have breach ult to counter the
into spawn.
Techo ult. So maybe it's not all gonna be that bad.
Could be applied to Zelsis,
Like, they tail, then we breach ult?
Yeah.
Depending on how close MIBR get. Depending on how
I don't like
quickly they
that.
can actually get onto
This
him.
guy's
He
dead.
is stunned and weak.
Yeah,
Might not
he
be
might be
anywhere to go
that.
here.
John?
John has to be careful.
John's
Has
still
a Rolling
here.
Thunder
He has
survival
a-
set up for a
yeah.
flat retake, but look at Celsius, he stayed alive.
Wow. Wow, he stayed alive.
That's a backbreaker. Now Aspas has to deal with him, and he can. But there's more where that came from Sentinels, plus that Rolling Thunder still.
I love how Zelsus played that, realizing that all he needed to do there was beat a new.
Now if there was this, that would be crazy.
His own smoke, drawing attention from MIBR.
That's low.
Rolling Thunder comes in, Aspas is very,
God,
very
low,
and in
so
comes
fast.
second now. Flash to tree, wants to check
What?
it out, finds one, but Aspas at 3 health is giving
Oh,
a good account of himself.
he heard him, he heard him.
Mango knows a strong wind would have blown him over, and he
heard
converts
him.
it up to
I
Shadow.
think he realized
Oh my
that.
God.
I think he realized
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
4
yeah.
seconds.
They're not aware, but now they certainly are as the door's tapped.
10 seconds left.
Shadow now has the
Wow.
first victory.
There we
It's
go.
not to be.
Queen.
For the first time this stage, Sentinels take Lotus, the map pick of
That was a good cleanup
MIBR.
there.
A nasty blow to strike so early in the series.
And for the first time in these playoffs, MIBR have dropped a map 4-0 until this point. Sen stole that one away. Zekin was on an absolute heater, start to finish.
How much is CS
The way
Zaka?
this map opened, if you think back, the first 5 rounds felt like they were over in, I don't know, 5 minutes or less. That duo, John and Zekin, the fragging from the duelist, and then those supported flashes and stuns that John was sending out were picture perfect over and over. That was some really superb play to start off this series from Sen. Walking away massively impressed by these guys. We're going over to split next, their own map pick. MIBR, they kind of started shooting towards the end though, so maybe they can rally back.
Yep, they definitely seem to be awake. It's too late to save Lotus, but the rest of the series still remains in question. A casual little 346 ACS from Zekin really punctuates the point on that map. We're going to step away, but up next, Golden Boy and Alistair. We're going to break down this first map of our best of 3 to decide the top seed heading into the grand final.
How much we got left? 2 hours and 15 minutes, chat. Damn. Almost there, chat. Almost there. How much is Zaka? 346 ACS. Jesus. Had 430%. He straight up farmed them. Damn.
Red Bull gives you wings.
You leave the full 24 hours? Yeah. Another 2 hours and 15 minutes. I might just end it, or I might not watch Friday the EG game, and then just like play somewhere surf or some shit like that for the last like hour or so. Cause the EG game was like another like 2 hours, bro, and then it's gonna be like another 4 hours. That shit would be like too long at that point. It's true. No, I can do another 2 hours. I just probably not gonna do the EG watch party though. That's like another 6 hours. I'm not gonna lie.
Se vai ter algum acabou, vambora, acabou na entrada, vai Xenon, segura 2, Xenon de novo.
You've been drinking water? Yeah.
Push soon to get that timing on the spike, just right clicks coming out, and it's gonna be another one from Bang! I am here with Kaplan ahead of map 2. First off, I kind of want to get your initial thoughts on the map, and the team's looking a bit unlocked as well. Does it allow you to kind of push them further and maybe go for some strats you guys have in the book?
Yeah, no, super happy with how that went. We were definitely prepared. We had a bunch of stuff ready for that map. It was pretty obvious they would pick it as long as we banned Icebox. And I wouldn't say we ever change our strats. I always expect them to be maximum confident, but definitely makes it a little more relaxing going into it, knowing, you know, they have something they earned confidence from, which was our last series.
All right, well, good luck in map 2 as well.
Thank you.
And there you have it, Sentinels. They go up in the series 1-0 with a 13-7 victory on Lotus, which of course sets our attention
split map
towards,
too?
of course,
Damn.
we're here alongside with Imi. You got Oxy from C9 joining us, as well as Ender to break it all down. Let's actually do just that, shall we, gentlemen? Because I came into this one feeling good about MIBR.
Yo, Zekin's gonna
feeling good
fry
about
them
seeing
on
Imi do his work, do the things
split,
that we
I'm not
expect
gonna
him
lie.
to do, but instead just never really was able to get that online, and instead just got shut down by much more prepared Sentinels, it seemed.
Yeah, I mean, Sentinels are definitely prepared for this map. I think they knew if they banned Icebox, this was going to get picked into them. They just abused C. They abused the no Sentinel as well.
I feel like Bang or Second are gonna
definitely
fry in this
online
map.
before Aspas was.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, Zekin's just a goat. This guy is this guy. There's only two people at the top for me: duelist players, Zekin and Aspas. And it's a beautiful game to see when you see both of them playing each other. And I guess Zekin's just on one today.
What makes him so different for you, especially you being, you know, the duelist for your team, right? What inspiration do you pull from players like Aspas and Zekin?
Honestly, for me, it's just what I've seen from like how they play and how they interact with their teammates. Like I know Aspas, like this guy played on Lev for 1 year.
Yeah.
Went to champs. Well, I'm not. Did he go to champs?
Yes.
What's the next stream after this? Probably on Monday.
Crazy. Yeah, this is crazy. And then he just joins MIBR like last year. One of the like.
They were just you can say they were booty for a little while.
Yeah, and then now he just joins and they're qualifying at like most events, top 3 last in kickoff. It's crazy, honestly. I just don't understand it.
It's proof that it's not, you know, random. There's a reason. Aspas seems to be the connecting tissue.
Yeah, unfortunately, I just felt like in this opening map, like he just couldn't put it up against what Zekin had. Like Zekin had these couple of back-to-back rounds of just crazy spray transfers. The ace round after they win the bonus, then they keep stringing them along.
The ace is crazy, I'm not gonna lie.
A 7-1 lead so early on in the half.
I mean, this moment here, I mean, this kid was pulling off some wild stuff here. This was the ace.
That's one.
That was one, and then he had the crazy TP.
Yeah, this play right here. He knows the breach is done, switches over to this Viper before going back.
This is like when we played them on Ascent, and he's just instantly online, and you're just allowing him to get online early, and he's just got so much momentum. You just know he's going to have a good game.
Yeah, how do you even slow that down, though? That's the thing. And it felt like, Oxy, that was the part that MIBR were really struggling with.
Yeah.
And what's funny is we were talking about the Yoru actually being inherently slower for them, for Sentinels, but yet it seemed like when it came down to it, when Zekin wanted to let it go, when he wanted to hit the go button, they were in there. How do you stop that?
To be honest, in this meta, you can't really. I'm not gonna lie, you can't really stop against this meta. You just
gotta shoot.
You kind of just gotta like play retake. Yeah, you gotta play the timings, you gotta play breach utility, Teo utility, and that's just kind of how the meta goes right now.
Yeah, it's all about timings. Like you've got to keep note of timings. Like if breach uses your stun, you have to give that information to your team straight away.
Yeah.
And it's all about the utility advantage, and then you know if you can play in or you have to play out.
Yeah, because you see it even
Blue
those
towers,
clips, like the utility that Sentinels is setting up behind Zekin to take those fights too is always there for him.
Yeah, very well done there, obviously, from Sentinels. MIBR still needing to figure it out, and they have a great coach to do that. It's Coach Fraud on standby ahead of map 2. Let's get his thoughts.
I'm joined by Fraud ahead of map 2. Question about that last map. It looked like it took the team a little bit to get going, but also star power fire coming out of the Sentinel side. How do you kind of mitigate that, get the team going again, and get ready for map 2?
I think we just got to be patient. They came out with they were shooting, but they were also playing a very like slow defaulty style, and I think we were getting a little bit impatient. So I think this is going to be one of those games that it's going to be a little bit longer, especially if they're going to keep playing slow like this. But we have to be okay with playing against teams who play slow and not get so impatient, and just kind of maintain our plan, maintain our resources a little bit more. And
Have you ever played the high sense on Val?
Awesome insight as always.
I played on like .112 for like a game
So you
or
heard
two.
Coach
That was
Father
like it.
talk about maintaining the resources, all that. Coach Jimmy, got to go over to you for this one. Thoughts on that? How do you feel, especially as we get ready for split?
I mean, they're getting used to a new style, slowing it down. That's exactly why they picked Yoru, to slow it down, right? So like he said, he's just got to get used to it. He's got to put that through to his team. He's got to go speak to them now and just be like, be more patient, wait for the opportunities, don't try and force anything.
Yeah, that's going to be a difficult one, though, because it feels like Ender Sentinels doing everything that they can to force those mistakes out of MIBR.
Yeah, I think the Sentinels play a really well thought through, controlled style of game that becomes difficult. But I know you wanted to talk about Split, Emmy. Give me the sauce on what Sentinels are playing.
Well, I think Sentinels just need to control B main. So with this comp, funny story, I'll give a funny story. G2 played this comp against them, smashed them, Sentinels stole it, Sentinels played us, smashed us, we stole it. So all three of us knew how to play this comp, and that's how the meta came around with this comp.
Well, there you have it. You see the genesis of the meta coming about here from Cloud9, from Sentinels, and most importantly from G2 at the origin point. Very interesting to see how this all is going to shake out. Of course, we've got Split coming up right after this. Can we get a map 3? We'll find out after this short break.
Damn. Map 2. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be 2-0, bro. Like, Sun on Split, Dark Split's good, bro. Like, they're whole good on this map. Yeah, Super Wilson's back in another tournament they suit. Yeah, I played Super Wilson's always.
So it was MIBR that selected the first map in the series. That was Lotus. It looked anything but their home ground. First engagements almost always went against them as Sentinels took those advantages right at the beginning of the rounds.
Absolutely. It was Zekin in particular who walks away from that map with 7 first kills. But overall, Sen leading 14-6. That is utter dominance from them in those early round fights. We saw it every single time. Now headed over to Split, can MIBR turn the tide, and specifically can Aspas? He's back on Jet, which is just his agent. He defined Jet. That has been his go-to for years. And even when this MIBR team earlier in 2025 were behind the meta, they were finding success just by virtue of him on that agent being one of one.
Did they ever play Teho in kickoff?
Did we get tired from being on the West Sense? Not really, no. I've never been tired from playing West
At the
Sense.
start of this year, the MIBR team were the most successful team not playing the meta, and now they are. They have ended up in the exact same, well, not exact same, but you know, they are at least in the top 3, so same result at minimum as kickoff. But now they are integrating the Teho like everyone else.
But they keep the classic, you know, sense to their compositions quite often, so that's something worth keeping eyes on. The Jet.
They're going to let Aspas be comfortable here on the Jet while still playing the other meta initiators.
Rough first map for MIBR. Now it's Sen's battleground of choice, but Split has been very good for MIBR so far in stage 1. Undefeated, but against some weaker teams. We'll start to pistol with Aspas immediately taking an engagement here against John. The B site's already open for Young and Old.
Oh, that was dangerous for a second, but Zekin is able to find Shenum. Not before he does a significant amount of damage, however. Zekin, somewhat weak. Zelsis, very low, susceptible to even just a single shot. Aspas wants to press forward, but is punished for it by the double swing.
Again,
I feel like he went over too deep there.
Overload him. This now puts Sen
He didn't
at
need
a
to take
player
that much
advantage when they're slowly
space
encroaching
and
their
spawn
control of
there.
heaven. Cortesia playing a bit further forward towards B
Timing?
main to try and cut Zekin off. It's going to be a battle of shooters on that part of the map. Sen will want a way into the B site, and Zekin might use this commotion to do so. Look at the timing
that's
he's
insane.
found. Cortesia not sticking around quite long enough. Verno takes a tap to the shoulder here as Sentinels
That timing is
going to
so
get
good.
about it now. Verno and Artazine have to dig in now. Time is short, but Sentinels have the numbers to spend. Here's a tap.
Damn.
He gets ahead of it though. 4 kills
How have
on
we
the
done
pistol.
this?
Bro, that timing that Zach took on the B main, like when the Omen turned around to flash, with the noise they created, bro, that was gorgeous. He waited so patiently, and then he went after the util that they threw.
Like he came perfectly after they threw util?
Yeah, like the Omen, like he was like jiggling him, because he was aware. And then like the moment they started throwing shit,
the moment
he
they
walked
started
up with
running in,
it.
like picked the perfect time to flank. I see.
Yeah.
Hit the go button, and there was a little moment where Cortez, bro, we get it, bro. You want to ult? I mean, yes, it is the high percentage play. Relax, but they do such a great job of setting him up for success there by drawing all the attention to Heaven, allowing him to flank through B main, and Zekin is starting this map just as electric as he left us on Lotus.
A dimensional drift for the bonus. What a tantalizing prospect for the defenders. MIBR here are grouped up, even Cortesia joining them after early presence on the B side. Jonathan might have a decent timing to send this off on. Since one player testing the wall, and call comes out that there might be some action from MIBR hitting A. They are biding their time now, but off a fault line. Artisan is going to try and be the starter's pistol for MIBR. In we go. Smoke over towards Heaven side here. Fault line came out from the defender side. That's John trying to slow them up. Narrate.
One stun. Oh, fuck.
Getting ahead of that
One
smoke in
stun, rockets, and the hit stun.
And that was the wall explode.
Wait, what?
MIBR hoping to take
They counter stun, then put rockets, and the hit stun.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
Like they stopped them completely.
Yeah.
Everything covered, playing those long range angles with the superior guns. They are looking so strong today. If they can win their map here, they'll be headed to the
30
grand
seconds.
finals with that significant map ban advantage.
They just have the sheriff on Aspas since Venom to work with.
Yeah,
trust
it
being
needs
put
to
in
get
John and
one.
Narrate here.
They want a
Sen
chance.
not rushed to reinforce
They're just
them on
not
the
giving
A
them
side.
anything.
Yeah,
A lot of
they're
this
playing
util
very
still at their
disciplined.
disposal.
Yeah.
Delta's maybe
Maybe
having
too
a-
disciplined.
Opts not to take advantage.
Maybe
Yeah,
too
they give them too much
disciplined.
space. They give them
Yeah,
too
they
much space.
too much space.
No good.
They did. Oh my god, the fact that he got another.
Oh my god, they gave him too much space.
Wait, they actually did give him too much discipline. Fuck.
That was too much discipline.
And it's Bang's Bulldog that needs to bark and bite in equal measure now.
Oh, this is tough.
This is hard.
Easy kills against. One of them was Cortesia.
Oh, it's not planning for heaven though.
Clear of that paranoia.
Elbow flank? Is he
Bang
expecting?
instrumental for this Sen team so far in their run to
Oh,
playoffs.
he guessed wrong.
Inferno will emerge at
If he
just the right
flicks
time.
spawn, there's no way though. That'd be
There's no,
impossible.
that would be crazy.
Trying to get him
that's-
motivated.
That was like too much space though. They were like hella scared.
Backstab to close
Yeah.
out that round
I
after
agree.
hitting a really fantastic stun in a 1v1
Arguably, they
against
closed
Zeki
the
in
they
heaven.
like closed the distance too
Players
easily.
backside.
Yeah.
Mentioned it, they were left on their lonesome, so much trust placed in them, and they just couldn't come up in that situation.
There's no info really for Sen. Just how far into mid had MIBR gone, they just couldn't tell.
Has Cortesia really turned into the hype man for MIBR or what though? Every time they're finding success, he's been the guy standing up, screaming, getting out of his chair.
Early play for the B-side orb and insertion by Zek, and he's actually already looking to wrap around them. So MIBR, they're on a timer. And they know it. Pushing out over towards his A side now. It's going to be Aspas up front and personal.
We have three
Focusing on
here.
Bang. Deals to the controller. Narrate still tucked behind that kiosk, but doesn't really
They
know
were
when
just
to
like so
swing. It's on the
separated
move.
there.
Celsius
Oh my god,
gets
Celsius.
completely caught out.
Oh, he
John
dinked
had no
him.
choice but to swing that. Also
What
dinked
the
the
fuck?
second player. Verno goes low after that
Wait,
encounter.
there I got a kill too.
But Zeka with the classic
Yeah,
is
he's too weird
well
though.
from the action, and Zena
Yeah.
vastly better arms.
He almost
That
timed
got
him
a
with
little
the
think-
jump.
yeah.
awkward for a second with the jump up, but
Yeah, Vernon had 7
overall,
HP.
well-paced hit from MIBR. Scaling into the site, they slowed things down, allowed a moment for Aspas to work through both of his cloud bursts, pop out, engagement against Bang, wrap around elbow, the rest of them flood in. A little bit of damage done, but overall clean, and definitely a look at what their typical A hit is going to be looking like as we go forward, trying to play around the jet that they've got.
They spelled Lotus wrong. I'll say it.
Oh my god, they did.
Outside.
I didn't even notice.
Certainly not me.
Well, MIBR, they say, why not go A again? It's worked 2 times in a row.
Yeah, obviously, good point. Emma,
Oh,
Sen
Stem?
going up ahead in these first halves. There's
No,
Bang with the spray.
what?
Aspas down.
Wow,
What
well
a
done.
beautiful second
Oh,
though.
Omen.
Stunned up by
What happened?
Artisan, still able to deal with the
Nice.
breach.
Wow.
Oh,
And there's
dude.
John. This is looking a lot cleaner for Sentinels now, as Zelsas will be on this angle and
Oh
sees the
my
barrel
god, I don't even
first.
blame Zelsis. Like,
Still
what the
isn't
fuck
able
was
to win the
that?
fight.
Yeah,
Barrett
that was
just
a crazy
knows he needs
shot.
to live here. The good decision from him. He's not trying to take the engagement. He's letting come to him, but it doesn't matter.
Spike. It is loose. John QT studiously watching this push from A main in order to recover it. And Inferno just has a free haircut handed out. Reverse Mohawk though, sorry mate, you can't choose. Shenham at 16. Gun barrel protruding. Second cleans him up, and that's Sen exiting the round with 3 rifles.
Bang on the anchor is just in his element. That is where he thrives.
Dang, the anchor.
Feels like when you watch him sometimes, he just has 360 vision. I mean, in this moment, he just starts off with, I mean, listen, in this one, it's just a little
They're just,
crazy
like, in
cosmetic
good-
stun.
I don't know,
But then
like-
on the third, he swings.
Headspace is
he
good.
sees the teleport
Yeah.
animation from Cortesia, calls out he's going into the smoke.
They're playing clean.
They spam him down.
Try not to die.
Kaplan probably a little frustrated about the encounter there in heaven. It definitely worked against Zelsis, even though he had the drop. He'll put it behind him now, I'm sure, as we have an even game. And a Dimensional Drift, of course, that second built really early has still been held back. Maybe now's the time.
Now we've seen 3 rounds in a row where MIBR were 5 stacked, pushing up towards A. On this one, Zekin opts to play forward. He has that gate crash back to get out towards screen, so he wants to take it.
Wow. I can't believe he sprays him, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is the ideal situation for the duelist.
And like,
we'll take
he
it.
shot like 4 or 5 bullets before Aspas reacted. It felt
So
like.
he did. Back to screens off the gate crash. After having taken that first picket. Ooh.
I feel like it's because like he was further away from the wall in the orb. He sees him first. Because if you're close up to the wall, like, it takes so long for you to see them.
Can they snuff it
Like he has a better field of vision.
Yeah, like I swear the orb like disappears quicker for you.
Wait, what?
Insane.
Damn, that thing's got a mind of its own. Still over an A though is Zekin. Cortezio, not aware of it. It is faked. I would freak out too. That is a proper jump scare. He seals his nerves. He might go over to A. He's considering it from the shadows here. Doesn't have any other reason really to be here outside of selling stuff. He's going to smoke that heaven side. TP to A.
Wait,
Zekin,
they didn't clear sight at all.
Did he not hear
Oh,
him?
he's not aware. Cortezio gets to up here and he's midst and take him down. That was Bang also trying to get some info. Doesn't confirm
that's
Shenon's
delay.
position.
5 seconds.
And that Armageddon's going to make this painful. Dying seconds of the round.
Nice shot. They even blasted front side.
Yeah.
3 up
Oh, this
now for
fucking
MIBR.
ult.
We're even
Let's
in
go
numbers.
out.
It's an Armageddon for screen. This
Oh,
is a scary
that's
prospect.
a
Johnny's
good
going to go
ult.
forward back. It
That was
doesn't
a
matter.
good ult.
Zelsis down to the Tail
That was
ultimate.
really good.
And all of a
I
sudden,
always
things
see
have
it there
turned
too on
awful quick
screens. Like the tail
against
is so good.
Sentinels.
Yeah.
Bang into the 1 versus 3. Has so much to clear towards ramp. Working slowly. Time is dwindling. At the moment, Verno doesn't have any more utility to throw down, but that salvos even just cycle up as I'm saying that. Next to impossible.
I know.
Bang.
Wow, those are good nukes too.
Yeah.
That's all it'll be. Hard fought round, but MIBR post their 3rd here on split. Sentinels get a little bit turned around there, but then Armageddon over towards screens was off a perfect timing.
I mean, it's also just hilarious in the mid-round. Zekin gets the fake TP to jump scare Cortesian B main, and then Cortesian goes jump scare for jump scare.
No. I mean, it would have been a jump scare if Zekin knew he was there.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's scary when he pops out and shoots him in the side, and then the rest of the team get in. Verno, fantastic utility after the fact.
I mean, that Omenot was nasty work. And potentially Cortesi is far enough away that he doesn't see Zekin on the site, because MIBR don't have perfect information about where the Yoru is. Or he does see him there and seeks it anyway, because he's got balls of steel. We won't know. Of course, heading to a timeout now. Call here from Sentinels to try and stabilize things a little bit, because they've got enough to work with. They can buy it again, and of course, Zekin still is holding on to that first dimensional drift he's developed.
Yeah, they just haven't been in any kind of big retake situation where he's been able to use it. That would primarily be the time. And then as we've seen, you know, trying to sync that up with some of your breach utility, Tahoe utility when you're getting back in. That has just not been a scenario that Sentinels have found themselves in at the moment. They're going to be fully investing into this round. Economy completely on the line here. This is an opportunity for MIBR to really surge into an early lead. This is a round that should be good for 2 if they can take it. They have a Viper's Pit for after they get the spike down. And
big round for Sen here.
Look at Artzin. If they can just get him 1 orb,
They need a win this here.
to take the site.
They're going
That's
to be
just
poor next
an
round.
ultimate 1-2 to get the round win.
Look at that A-main control that you can get as attackers behind the Viper walls. Definitely on the cards to get that ultimate into the right hands.
So Verno's going to get the information for MIBR that no one is actually playing close from Sen. They're going to be weary about that, given Zekin was happy to take those close engagements on a prior round, so you have to make sure that you're clearing that out now.
Interesting clear timing for Zekin. Clones himself down ramp side, but Chenom is already rather ahead of this, tucked now, just inside A main. Bang seems to have a sense that that's the only part of that area they don't have info on. So the question is, when does Chenom decide to...
They're aware that he's there,
He's
most
more than happy
likely.
just to be inserted, while the rest of his team sets up for a Hard and fast hit. Aspas with the Blade Storm now. They're going for it, but John spots it out early. Here comes the util flood. John affected by the fault line now, but the salvos come
He got 2 blast kills, by the way.
What?
Wow.
2 with the aftershock. Ah, yes. All
Wow.
about that gunplay,
The
folks.
utility.
A lot of util eliminations.
Do they expect
taken,
second?
but they're still cut down to 3.
Probably not.
Second's
Ooh,
patience, though,
damn.
pays dividends.
Save
He shut down that A presence, and now
he's going back
Verno
to B.
doesn't know where to go.
Saving.
Seems like he's just going to try to double back over towards B. Sentinels had such a read on the situation on the map there, stacking up the 3 towards B, all of that util.
They didn't even need to use any of the ults there to win.
Hit when it did come in from MIBR, resulted in 3 utility kills.
They what?
They didn't need to use any of their ults.
They're
They
on
still
the
have
same
Euro
field.
ult and Breach ult.
Nothing really more to
Yeah,
do.
it's actually big.
One
I
was
think
an
they got the
aftershock.
blast kills. So those guys must be throwing util, right?
Shot through the
I think he Viper Molly. When Neri got, or John KT got contact,
John's able to get that salvo off
he aftershocked and they Viper Molly.
Yeah, I want to see this on the replay again.
Look at the salvos.
Yeah.
Viper Molly.
Oh, he TP'd in it.
He blasted there? They both went into the smoke? Oh my god.
That's crazy.
Glides down into it.
Breach Teo.
Tragic.
That's crazy good.
Pretty good.
I don't know if the Teo needs to get nerfed. Maybe we can maybe we can stop the nerfs that are coming.
I feel like it depends on the it depends on the day. You know, it depends who you ask. If you're initiator coded, then maybe not.
MIBR trying to refight through the dark cover one way over towards B main. Second again is just pressed up on A. Has had an outrageous number of first kills in this series so far. He had 7 on map 1. Already has like 3 here, 2, 3, something like that. It's pretty nuts,
And
man.
that's the Yoru difference. He can play that loose end and actually challenge the enemy lurker because he has the ability to gate crash out and still be relevant later on in the game. He's got dimensional drift as well. Should there be a need for a retake at B, but there just hasn't been. Cortesia.
That's fucked.
Well, that's.
He was just
that's
dancing on him.
He's like, I'm out of here.
Nah,
I think
they've been
I've,
actually like.
I've lost enough face on this B side of the map.
Some of
for
these
now,
guys
so
have been
that's
moving
mid
with the
control
drone, bro.
that
I'm not
MIBR
gonna
are
lie.
looking to take.
It's actually annoying as fuck. It looks
Yeah.
like.
Throw out that fault line towards the A side, try and feign some presence so he can pivot back to the other 2 players he's got.
Yo, Airless, thanks for the tier 1 sniper. I appreciate it.
Players here, the stun from Narrate into the
Good
salvos
stall.
to keep everyone in heaven at bay. Cortesia is not going to have a moment to help from B main just yet.
Rolling Thunder comes
Down the
in.
breach ult.
Aspas first to the side
Oh,
now.
he got
It's John,
out.
who
And
just can't
Neri
hang in that
died.
duel. The deck
They
is
know Bang
stacked
plays
against
here.
him.
Yeah.
Zekin's looking for a
The
royal
rotate.
flush here from this high ground.
Wow.
He'll take the one.
He gets one. He gets
Wow,
2.
yeah,
The guy just can't be shifted.
Nah, Zekin being here and Bang getting kills is insane, man.
Zekin, okay,
Yeah.
shorty action,
Wow.
fair enough.
Oh my god.
Wow, that was
I'll tell you
insane.
what, if they just tossed Bang off the Titanic, they would never have hit that iceberg.
Wow.
That thing would have stopped.
Bang getting 2 there was criminal.
He is, I mean, I'm speechless when I'm watching him on the defense side. There is no one like him in these situations. This is a guy who came in to replace Tens, one of the all-time greats of the game. And I don't want to say he replaced him one-to-one. He just brought his own brand of greatness to the Sentinels team. He's a different kind of controller player and an utterly amazing one.
And 100 Thieves are still reeling from that loss. Now SEN have the lead in the game. Early pop of util now gets second set up in a very aggressive line, but he feels like he's overstayed his welcome.
Things slowed down for MIBR initially. That wave of utility coming through from the 2 initiators on the defensive side, and now with the wall up, they want to try and get back into this space, but John knows now is the time to drone. This is when they could be walking up. And he's right. I'm not sure if he got around the corner and saw any of those other players, however.
They know now. They absolutely know now. They know the Breach, Teo both here.
I mean, none of them are shooting.
John,
They could have killed him.
playing stunt, gets across A main, and this has slowed down a lot for MIBR. They have that insert of Cortesia to prevent them from being flanked, so they know that on a huge timer, they've got options.
They have still 45 seconds or so to pivot back, which is what they're intending on doing now, going back to the sewers as Cortesia wants to get that control of B main. He's got it all alone. Oh,
Wow, what a
first
shot.
kill for Artson to find. To
Uncharacteristic.
accelerate into B heaven though, and I love this
Three.
reposition for Bang. If he kills Cortesia here, Center in a great position.
The Teo Breach are also out on the B side, but as they move,
Nice.
it does we get another one.
Nice.
There's Bang. He's
Nice.
always in such
Wow.
a funny spot. And Narrate's found 2. That should
They
be
heard
enough
him,
to
they
slow
heard him.
MIBR up and even the odds.
Oh!
Sweet.
Oh.
Shit on a Sharp, man.
He went turret mode.
Sharp as they come.
Yeah.
But now Zekin at 11 and 3.
Wow, he turned around last second.
It actually fucked his like aim up, right? The
Yeah.
model turning.
I mean,
Yeah.
listen, we give a lot of well-deserved hype to.
Do you struggle shooting people in the back, or is it easy for you?
Sometimes. After doing after doing like crazy shit, like yeah. After this guy's like moving like side to side, jiggling an angle.
Yeah.
It's like yeah.
It's not that easy, low key, right?
No.
Mega impact. Bang played that situation so well, pivoting into B main, catches out Cortezia, has the perfect angle to be able to kill Shannon, but he's just so fast.
Oh, you shall not pass there, Zekin. Oh, the
Wow.
audacity of it.
He just walked out with no Yuto.
Ray wants to pick up the angle immediately.
Yeah, it was clear, but.
Doesn't
Surprised he
work out
didn't
for
kill
him
him.
either. Forced away by all that util. Now he realizes there's a lot more than just a couple
Storm.
players here.
Storm.
The whole kit and caboodle for MIBR
Oh,
having
Mary.
deployed to the B side of the map. And
Oh, the jingle from Dawn is nice.
Yeah.
The flank though, are they aware of it?
Behind them.
Wait.
There's no way Verno's going to be ready.
There's a double flank.
Bang has the timing. He has his moment.
There's a double
He has
flank.
window. And a bullet with Verno's name
Oh,
on
he
it.
had to live.
Cortezia too low
John's
to
alive.
stand.
Double peek.
And now Shannon, star player for this MIBR outfit.
Wow, the
Wow. Dude, that was such good teamwork. That was such good teamwork.
Oh, just a little wry smile. Kind of feeling like he knows he's him right now. That teleport into B main to just encircle all of MIBR was perfect, and prior to that, Sentinels using their utility to just flood out of heaven, catch the perfect timing window where they're fighting MIBR while they're trying to get out of main before they even have any space.
This though, this is the kind of map we were hoping for on Lotus. MIBR and SEN both delivering. As MIBR here have been knocked down economically. And Zekin, justifiably, has gone and picked up the Outlaw now.
Wait, how the fuck is also 0 and 8? What's happening?
MIBR just waiting for this cloud.
Unlucky.
to drop. Osmos pushing forward. Zelsis is caught. He's
Oh,
actually
wow.
physically has to go forward.
I
Now
think we
he's stuck
see-
in the corner. He's
Here's
being
so fast, bro.
aftershocked.
Damned if he doesn't hear. Zelsis has nowhere to go.
I think you got your answer.
Here's a flash, pub.
It's a
Good
little bit
luck.
of damage, but he's happy enough to at least even the odds. Mid control still in place for SEN.
That's all I got for you.
On the extremity. Zekin was waiting for Cortezia to lurk up.
I like picking up the scoped weapon to control B main because most rounds it's only pin Cortezia. They're just contact taking it. So
Except
it's
for the prior one.
It's just so easy for Zekin. Scrappy in the early round. I mean, a couple players there. Zelsis, Osmos getting really out of position, both being punished for it. But ultimately, this is just a save round for MIBR. They don't have the weaponry, the resources to actually make something happen.
They know they're walking into this fault line either way. Zekin now can turn his attention heaven's side. MIBR are trying to condition the single player in B main. So they mixed it up in the previous round, but it should be pretty straightforward stuff from here on out.
Only 20 seconds. Verno gets the rifle, but ultimately won't be able to do much with it.
Paranoid there. That is just going to clear heaven's side of B. Sentinels dotting their I's, crossing their T's. And MIBR have to take another L. But this, like you mentioned, was a bit of a save round. SEN, though, threatening still 8 rounds in this half on defense side would be pretty devastating. MIBR got to find one of the next 2 at least.
Coming into this one, they're going to have a fair amount of ultimates to play with. Artzin is one away from a rolling
Second his
thunder
map
right
while he's
now.
killing people?
Yeah.
And they've still got that Viper's Pit from Shenum if they can get into a post-plant situation. But SEN are stopping them from even getting there because they're
Zekin's
playing
laughing at
so
Zelsis for being 0 and
swift
9.
towards the situation.
Zekin's like, you
That
still haven't
is
got a
where
kill?
they have been
He's like,
finding
nah.
their success.
So a couple things to look for.
He's talking about that one round where he was like, "You didn't let me get the kill."
Set a condition up now on the B side.
Yeah,
just
that's
to
actually
send Cortezia
true.
there.
That's
And you see
actually
them
true.
try and throw a variation every now and then. A couple rounds ago, it was the whole team. That's when things went wrong for Zekin early. So he picked up an Outlaw just to try and hold against that kind of contact play that walk up. Mid is the weak point for Sentinels right now. Zelsis not able to get much done in mid, getting hit with that util flood that's frustrating even for the best player. So he has not been able to find a kill yet this game. Basically, a pink ward.
I didn't even notice that. Honestly, I did not even notice that he's sitting on the goose egg right now because it hasn't really felt like it. It hasn't been a detriment.
Listen.
So
He's been a very good Cypher cam so far, but you know, Sen are aware that MIBR are now trending away from the extremities. I think that the threat of the outlaw was too much there, and they're getting ruined by Zekken over at A. So definitely feel like they're going to want to pressure mid, maybe sometimes more towards the mid rounds here. But Sen have been very good on both those sites.
Zekken and Bang are competing, and John and Narrate are competing.
Right, you just have
He also is in a race.
Yep, he's got his own thing going on.
It tells you, by the way, who's just been playing so much Omen as of late. Started, we only really saw him on Sentinel, and now he's been playing a ton of controller for this team.
Get out of my way.
And specifically when they have these Viper looks on maps that they've been playing very frequently, and he has been putting up outrageous numbers.
Yeah, I mean, double controller's making its way into MIBR's map pool a lot more. I mean, Icebox is obviously the best example of this, but now on split 2.
Like coming into this series in the playoffs, Cortezia actually has the highest stats of any Omen, which is really bizarre. I mean, obviously the sample size is incredibly low. It's only been a couple maps, but
even so, I mean, you've got amazing Omens here in the league. Bang, King sometimes, I guess. A lot of fantastic controls. Som.
All right, so the one way is going to be thrown down by Bang, who has just had absolute control of the B side of the map. He's been a brick wall that MIBR cannot break through.
So again, that conditioning about a light B hold being broken again. This time Bang not quite as aggressive.
40 seconds, by the way.
To that part of the map, but the initiators
They have to go B.
B.
There's no other way. Yeah.
The gate crash isn't close to B either, so it's not like Zekken can get there quick.
Wait,
this is a
the tail
situation where
rockets.
Bang just needs
That's
to
the
get
kill.
out.
Oh my
He
god.
stays in and he gets
What?
No one can even trade.
Cancel. Oh my god, he smoked him out. 20 seconds.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, why'd you peek?
The momentum definitely been slowed up.
Good start.
They can't win. They can't win.
Nice little
Oh my god.
Holy fuck! It's a fucking
Wow.
massacre out there.
Plus the aftershock. These MIBR
What the fuck are made in bathroom doing?
No time left.
What the fuck was this? Wait, he's also got a kill.
Wow.
Well.
He's on the board.
Everything's coming up Millhouse for Sem City.
The management of their utility has really been sublime. Every time the hit is coming in from MIBR.
That was a crazy TP out of Bang. He TP'd into the aftershock, killed Aspas, and then ran out of the aftershock.
Aspas is in on an island.
Yeah.
It's a TP of, this is literally the only
Oh
place
my god,
I
it must
can
have came
go.
after.
And no one is able to trade onto him. And then 25 seconds they have to get in. John is throwing a stun at them. They're so cooked.
That Armageddon, I've got to say, from John is so important. Once again, it's a fast hit on B for MIBR that just dies to the initiator util.
Shenum has been sitting on this Viper's pit for eons at this point. There has not come a
become fossil
post-plant
fuel.
situation.
It's been so long.
There is no opportunity for him to even use it. Because Sen are stuffing them at the choke, getting in, flooding together so effectively.
But here's the adaptation for Sen. They now just sort of pull out a mid entirely, bring Zelsus back onto the A side. This will allow MIBR.
What a jiggle by John again, bro.
Yeah.
I'm Master John Glazer, I'm not gonna lie.
And reestablish that control.
I mean, they're playing well, bro. Everything they're doing is just like so good.
He's just pushing all the way out of A, gets all of the information.
What the fuck is that flash? You saw that?
That was a crazy flash. Or maybe that was a little bit of a waste right there.
And everyone can stack up to stop them.
Special delivery does force John away, but Bang is going to do his thing. Because only Bang can.
It's perfect timing, bro.
That timing was insane, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my
Holy shit. Holy fuck. Bro, Sen are looking too nice, bro.
Nah, check the no strips. What's in there? What does that no strip have under it?
It's making me struggle to remember when MIBR even got 4 rounds on the board because they looked
Bro, they look so good.
dominant for the last several rounds.
Holy shit.
Bro.
They're all using Phantom too.
Is
Nice, boys. Let's go.
just on a totally different level. Watching the way he positions himself, how cerebral he is as to where the util is coming at him, where players are coming at him from, and then the floods from Sen. They are so on point right now. This playoff run has been incredible.
And they are doing all of this without a Sentinel in their comp. Double controller, double initiator, they are dishing it. We're going to head to a quick break, folks. When we come back, MIBR are running out of chances to get back into this game. Let's see what they've got for us after this.
Bro, they're Sentinel, they're playing so fucking good right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Gives you wings.
The rounds they win are like so clean. But like the rounds they lose are like a small little detail they missed, or like a insane play by like the enemy team.
Hey, you know what Saibao means?
No, what does it mean?
Shut your bitch ass up.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I just found out too.
Oh. What is like home for Sun? Yeah, I know. They play so good on split.
MIBR lose the pistol, win the eco round, and then it's back and forth stuff for a while. We hit round 9, and all of a sudden, Sentinels start to break away. Sublime anchoring by Bang and Zekken being all over the map. Main contributors.
And it's putting Sen in a position now where they're looking to close out split, not only steal away the map pick of MIBR, but win their own in dominant fashion, head on to the grand finals with that map pick ban advantage that we have seen every single time is incredibly valuable, and try and win this stage 1 trophy.
Here's Bang, man of the first half. There's just no denying it. A gate crash deployed there by Zekken to give a second option to take up in mid. And we'll be clearing slowly towards A. And this should be very telling for the attackers.
So Sentinels are going to try and take control towards A, make the noise there, draw the rotate, teleport, go into a B split. Shannon is trying to get forward presence. Is this going to be re-cleared by Sen?
They've made sound on the other side of that. There's the gate crash.
Oh, wow. I mean,
That is so
at this point, it's like
Okay.
What a tragedy.
there's just nothing you can do about that. They just whiff on you.
Oh, fuck.
There's Aspas though, steps up in his wake. Important pick with the Sheriff, but Sen are crawling over this B side.
Artson has his full kit right now to try and get back into this site.
Seconds low, John stunned up. Here's the aftershock. Second tries to tuck from it, and he can avoid the blasts. 30 seconds.
Wow, he
Bang
dodged
giving it a
it.
tap.
30 seconds left.
Plant down.
What
Oh,
the
Zekken
fuck?
Too clear that.
descends upon him there. Just lands
Oh,
on
no.
the cleans him up,
Oh,
and all of
no.
a sudden MIBR are hitting.
Oh!
My God. Who the fuck
He
was
had
that?
one kill. That was the second and third kill. Holy
I mean,
fuck.
you said, the
You make
best
a
player
frag
for
montage out of
MIBR
this,
right
the
now
shots he's
goes
hitting.
down like that. Ospa said, Beth, time to finally
Holy
step up in this
That's
game.
all he needed. He just needed the one.
Zekken hopped on his
Not been
PC after he
point today
died.
Until this round. That is brutal. These shots from Ospas, that first one in heaven, it swings back in, cleans things up.
Full screen flick shot on me is also his first third kill.
That's fucking funny. that's the filter.
That's hilarious.
Well, Aspas hit the top of the scoreboard pretty quickly, didn't he, Wyatt?
Let's see if this is where MIBR can begin to rally back. They have not had control at any point in this series on either map. They have been clawing to get any round win when it could come their way. Even the anti-ecos back on Lotus, they weren't clean either.
That lineup is such nasty work. Makes a lot of space for the attackers to move into that Viper
Oh,
orb.
wow.
Zeken's able to overload Cortezia, but he got his. Shannon
Oh, no,
drops
the
down.
Guardians?
No Zekken is tucked in the box, and Aspas will be able to clear him out. It's the Sen classic
Not
that
bad.
goes to
Not
work
bad.
with John QT.
Yeah, got two.
But MIBR bounce back, get that 2 in a row, and close the gap.
Artson wasn't able to recover a rifle, so a bit of economic damage done there by Sen that they'll be happy to take, and Ospas is hitting into the bonus with a glass cannon op.
Saw this on Lotus. He was forced into a retake and actually ended up dying with the weapon late in the round. So he wants to control an extremity. Mid.
Are Sen going to be prepared for this in that will they be careful enough? Will they be playing around the potential of an op already?
There's a chance they probably expect it to come up a couple of times in a series against MIBR. It's actually been a bit of a pattern from Aspas in the past.
Sure.
On this map, though,
This early?
and honestly, on split, taking it to mid.
This is an
He's on power watch.
MIBR that have essentially fully economically
Oh, I
committed
see.
because it's only Verno and
He's
Shen
still got
that have the
time.
bank after
There's only
this
3 in
round
11.
plays out.
He's got 3 rounds to work with.
MIBR would try and play forward, but they give this space. They hear Sentinels coming as they make enough noise to wake the dead. They'll hope that MIBR
Oh my god, oh my god. Get out of the
Holy
oh my god,
shit, what's
move.
happening?
Oh, he still gets
He still kills him.
Yeah, pushes him like
Down to 1 HP.
Oh, wow.
Shen able, wow, all right, the
Bombs
headshot.
down.
That's a bit of overkill, buddy.
Nice.
But he finds the trade nonetheless.
John wins out that fight as well without taking any damage. That is so big.
Retake ramps
Aspas,
together.
on the glass cannon op, has to find a way
So
to
this
put it to
one's
use.
coming back up.
Has the blitz.
Oh.
Wow, he might ace here.
Bro,
What a standout today.
the spike is off to Shenham's left.
Is he not gonna watch
Very
random?
dangerous
Oh
now
no,
for
his
Sentinels.
teammate has it.
No util to speak of.
30 seconds left.
None.
Shenham doesn't have to do a thing. He can let Aspas
Player standing.
Easy.
And by the way, they've got an op. You just discovered
Wait, this is
that
actually
little
kind of scary game.
tragic fact.
Yeah, they have an
the other
op
two
now.
dropped at the worst
Fuck.
time percent.
John, left alone, saving the rifle, doesn't have
10 seconds
a
left.
single dollar to his name at the moment.
Yep, shuffling away in his little moccasins.
MIBR, they fully committed economically to this round, and they pull it off.
Beautiful. Paid off well. Aspas actually had full armor, so wasn't quite as risky as we'd expected. And very quickly, he's gotten back into the half in a big way. The game has now shrunk to a 1-round difference, and Senna coming into this one.
Oh, man.
Bro is a turret. I mean, Bane can't be too hard on himself. He finds that first kill on the move.
I need a drop. Gracias.
I think Shenham killed at least one through the Viper wall. Tough though, tough round to win here for Sen. Looks like we might be looking at an even ledger.
They are on an interesting buy right now. John and Zekin, not a lot of cash left, a lot of stingers, and Zekin has been throwing the hero rifle that John saved from that prior one.
Interesting as casters speak for Rancid, folks, in case you were wondering.
Oh, that's a big kill.
Hero rifle, artfully
Huge kill. Reset? Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he can get Euro here too.
Sentinels do get in position. Verno
Oh
trying
my
to
god,
challenge
stop
the
it,
lead,
Renault.
taking a glow
You
down.
fucking freak, stop it.
Dangerous. Wayward spray through the
I'm
smoke.
scared for
The
Zekin if he
trace's out there.
overpeaks.
And now MIBR
Yeah, he has to play this perfectly.
Not again, but for the first time in a situation where
my
Aspas
God.
has the op on a retake, this is going to be difficult. And
Oh,
then
paranoia!
Zekin, what a timing!
One more
He
shot!
can't collect onto
Oh.
Verno, but no one from MIBR was in position to swing.
Big damage, Sentinel gonna
Oh
be
no,
flashed.
I'm gonna
Aspas
overstay our
dives
visit a little
in.
bit.
Yeah.
Takes one for the team. Zekin is down.
He kind of needed that first
Very,
kill.
very low. It's
Yeah.
just the Stinger quartet left for Sentinels now, and Narrate is trying to
Oh,
let those
fuck,
shots
oh,
ring out
fuck.
across the map.
Oh, and a low HP bang was just forced out
This is
into
hard
the
to
open.
win.
The clock is getting so low,
Time.
though. MIBR, they haven't even really scaled into the
Time.
site yet.
Cortesia down. Verno is very, very low. This is so dangerous as Aspas tries
Oh
to
my
get in
God.
there.
9? They won. They did
Has
it.
he done enough for Sentinels? Come on. The answer.
They
is
thrifted them.
yes.
So
That's what we do,
much
bro.
delay was caused there. The fight's over
His
towards
stinger
ramp that
force
Zekin
buy,
was
or
taking. No
half
one could
buy.
actually trade onto him. He was just delaying and drawing attention with the flashes. 4 stingers and that one saved rifle get them over the finish line. And now they put MIBR in a dire economic situation.
That was 2v4, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, what a moment over there at ramp. It's like a tsunami of fudge. Another good time. I don't know what I'm looking at. Aspas dives in. Zekins is flashing. Got his one.
next?
Here's that dimensional drift.
Has invested into the operator.
He has another
Again,
operator.
positioned over towards A, where there are a lot of potential
They know
targets
that's
coming
clear?
his way. Zekin doesn't clear
He's
out.
not gonna
Aspas
see him
went
if
out?
he walks out.
Oh,
Oh, no one was there.
Zekins committed now to the A side, tucked here, waiting for delivery of the spike, which will be
Bang
forthcoming.
jumped out, yeah.
Smoke to screens.
Yeah.
Sen have this locked down for
Damn.
now.
Shenham is repositioned to ramp, wanting to make sure that no one can actually walk up there. Zekin lets one shot rattle off, doesn't connect. Artsin and John, awkward fight, nothing hitting.
No defensive
It's kind of a hard post fight, low-key.
MIBR have nothing really
Pour in the
done
bomb
with outside
site.
of Artisan's util.
They just get
Yeah.
util dumped. They could lose this.
Perilous for Shenham. Zelsus is just biding
Oh my God,
his time,
Zelsus
takes
chill,
the
bro.
first engagement,
Zelsus.
takes his
Oh,
time,
he's on
bro.
pie watch.
Biding his time.
He's gonna pie.
Emerges out
Oh, he just won his.
Exits.
He got his.
So now Zelsus gets away with more. He's done so much.
Overheat,
from
overheat.
Looking to reach even further. That likely
Wait,
will
there's
be
no
enough.
time.
That operator got
Yeah, they
recovered.
lost.
Aspas invested in
Yo,
it.
63 and
Will be the
60.
one
Thank you for the
that
promise. I appreciate you, bro.
Sentinels have been putting MIBR in a nightmare situation 2 rounds in a row now while they're trying to retake ramp. They've just layered that area of the map with too many potential dangers, a minefield that MIBR have to work through getting back in there. Just the existence of that dark cover is going to cause so much confusion, and I love how Zelsis plays that. I mean, this is also just ridiculous. I don't think, was Shenum, no, he was partially blinded in that moment,
Yeah,
I
he was.
believe.
He's
And then
paranoid.
He's trying to shoot him. I mean, Cortezia can only laugh it off.
Did he get paranoid by... No. Did he get hit by Cortezia? Is that why he was partially blinded? I think Cortezia hit both Shadow.
We would need another replay. It's
I think
possible,
he hit both of them.
It's possible.
Oh, that's... If that's true. All right. That is pretty devastating. Frod here, starting to wrinkle the brow in concern. First map wasn't the outing that MIBR were hoping for. A much better start here on Split has all but fizzled out. After a pistol round win conversion there from the Brazilian squad now, once again, Sentinels have been allowed back into the driver's seat. And they're hitting top gear.
They put serious cash at MIBR into getting this op into Aspas' hands on a number of rounds, and it just has not actually paid dividends. At this point, they can only afford a rifle when we get back into this. The op is off the table. And frankly, how things have been going, maybe that'll even be to their benefit.
I mean, they're skimpily dressed coming to the round as well. 4 half armors.
You know, back at the beginning of this stage, I remember, I think it might have been literally the first map that MIBR played was Ardzin putting up like 536 ACS on Split.
Wasn't he trolling with the judge a bunch that game?
He got a lot of kills with the judge. It was pretty absurd.
It's not been that kind of game.
Maybe he can make it one to get MIBR this map win. Take this.
Jeez. That scoreline is so uncharacteristic out of Cortezia. He was like the solo lurking B-side attack player.
He was just in horrific situations on attack. He could never find an opening towards B playing alone.
Bang is patient. King of the off angle, they say. Cortezia. Best zone.
It just swings a little wider than Bang expected. He had his crosshair placed for the jiggle peak, and it just did not end up working out.
But Zelsis here to avenge him.
For MIBR. And
Oh, shit, my bad. Nope.
Someone's starting to get a bit more comfortable now.
Zelsis just wants to go for the quiet re-clear.
Very quiet, yes. Still picked off.
Walks into the crosshair.
Are we doing this? They certainly thought about it. Shenum here, just enjoying his own brand for most of the round.
Hard to win here.
Sentinels are inching, scaling into heaven.
30 seconds
Looks like
left.
Werner's pulled himself back from mid-A side there. Aspas will see a player crossing if the timing's correct, but he'd have to hold that position.
Time to jump.
Second's going to send in that gate crash backside. Try to get the clone out, try to get a flash. He's going to go in, committed while stunned.
Ow, the
Wow.
double flash is good. Aspas gets away, Werner not quite so good.
Wow.
He's
Oh
shooting
my
in here,
God.
but Jordan
Time?
can handle it himself
Yeah, time.
apparently. Just enough time for a plant.
Yeah, I can
Narrate going to
respawn.
sit on an aftershock here as well, which will delay a flood that comes
Wait,
in.
do they know
Zeki
he's
will be
fun? I don't think they know.
instrumental.
I think he's got
He's
things.
leaving.
He hasn't seen
Narrate holds his
timing.
own for the time
Wow.
being, and oh, the timing is good.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Narrate holds his own. And Hasselhoff
Oh my God.
Not even the ace up
That was a
the sleeve.
3v5.
A beautiful double swing at the end. That was a
Holy
5
shit.
versus 3 for MIBR. Cortezia locked down B main, got 2 kills to open the round.
That was a crazy
And then
flash
look at
from
the way
him.
that Sen
Dude,
dragged things
yeah.
back
He also CP'd and stunned.
with a
Yeah.
fantastic.
What is that pathing? The timing from second. The trust in Narrate to hold that side and not go over-aggressive.
It was a fantastic array of utility that they threw into A, just getting that gate crash backside. Second sending out the clone into the flash, teleports in. Second flash to follow it up.
And now Sen are getting some ultimates online. Cortezia, great round the last one. Scales into B main, gets a second kill on Zelsis. This time, though, he will have his hands full.
Cover going out.
Dark cover to try to delay. Cortezi is in so much trouble, has to teleport away once he wants to stick around.
Holy fucking Yuto. His layers. Oh my. Oh my.
Wow. You just can't do anything.
John will wait in the drop.
Oh
Sees
my.
Arthur step out into the easy take for the veteran.
Wait.
Will be a trade. Verno gets involved, but second at long range is just too good, and this lightly armored.
Wait,
my
you see the
God.
smoke they threw, by the way? Is it intentional? There's like a gap on the left, so they try to run through it and die easily.
The heaven one?
They threw it far right, yeah. And like they made the gap for the defenders.
No, I think he just missed the smoke. He missed the smoke, yeah. I saw the angle where he was, like by close CT. You see where he is right there? By hell?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to smoke from there.
Oh, you're talking about Ben, right?
Yeah.
Unbelievable,
Zach,
man.
bro, you're so good, bro. I already know.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Yeah, well, plenty of people in agreement, I'm sure. MIBR again, they've been forcing. Another half armor round with a smattering of rifles, a judge for Cortezia. It feels like the jury's about made their verdict.
Time to jump.
Oh, we have that too. Dimensional Drift is one away for Zekken. Aspas has to dash
What the
forward.
fuck is Aspas doing? What's happening out there?
I don't know.
The follow-up wasn't quite there, so he will be allowed a way out.
Yeah, just has to cloudburst to try and get away, but now that the stealth drone has cleared everything out, he can comfortably position himself forward. MIBR have been able to maintain getting a lot of full buys. And they've had some close rounds, but they just have not been able to get them over the finish line, even when they found these early
They should now stay here. Yeah, they're starting to rotate.
He doesn't have a
dash. Okay, gets out, sees everything he needs to as well. Multiple SEN players rapidly encroaching on his position. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Great punish with the orb take.
That was unlucky.
I might be like.
He got
I
his
don't
dimensional
know.
drift.
The round's way harder now. That was like Euro.
Yeah, they definitely, they were trying to use the Euro out there.
Slowing down percentage, trying to get some presence over.
Holy fucking Yuto.
Wow.
Instant trade from Verno. Things are looking good for MIBR right now. Great Armageddon timing.
This is going to make you dance, that's for sure. Armageddon
Oh my
in
God.
heaven now forces narrate.
Oh my God, go B. Get timer now.
He has no time, no time.
To another site. We're essentially looking at a save now.
What the fuck?
Wait.
Narrate with a kill on the way out. Hang about. Thought about
Imagine.
it. Just a moment.
Wow.
Verno deals with
You won't peek him,
Zelsis.
Narrate? You won't peek him?
And that'll be all she wrote on
What's up?
round number 20, folks.
Wow.
Fucking
Zen's still
banner.
poised to take it all.
Damn.
Oh my God, I guess you popped off. Wait, is that good for us? How's their money? Their money's dog shit. Their money is legit dog shit.
Yeah. Those are very good kills.
Had a great timing with the Armageddon. MIBR worked themselves into some really good positions over on this A site. After Aspas took that initial engagement, he gets backside. They had presence in elbow. They had Shenum up in heaven. Tucked Verno playing on the rafters. They were really just controlling the map in entirety. That was nicely done. 4 chances for Sentinels to close out this game and get into the grand finals with that map advantage.
And we're drifted. Seconds off and running. Flash now to confuse, disorient Verno. He's forced off that Raptors position and we convert. We're now on the A side. TP in there from Bang. Sen have it on lock. How does MIBR unravel this now? Piece by piece first.
That's good utility.
John just able to get out of the salvos. It's only
That's good though.
They're 4 inside again.
Just a bit. 1 kill for Artseam to get the Rolling Thunder, by the way, to get into the site. He can find one of these players maybe that's back screens, a bit out of the open.
Stun.
John sends out the stun to delay. Aspas has to retreat.
Great special
They
delivery.
just have to dry run through now.
Play off that out of
Uh-oh.
screens.
I don't like when we
Wow.
have 4 in the site.
Yeah, it makes it hella
Find
hard.
his one.
Yeah.
Talk about a bounce back. MIBR.
You should have like 2 site and maybe like 1 like hell or like flower.
Rock solid when it's
Yeah, I
coming
feel
down
like
to these
G2 always
retake
has Trent
situations
like
now
in
on A.
main.
Yeah.
Now it looks like they're in their element. Getting out that initial wave of utility from Sentinels, and then flooding back in here. Shenum gets that first kill onto Narrate, and the awareness. I like now that on A, you can see that they're just ignoring ramp. On those other rounds, they spent way too much time trying to actually get the kill on the player there, force them back, and it just ended up wasting their own time. But there, Shenum says, okay, have fun standing over there, Zelsis. I don't care. We're fighting towards the site together. We're going to deal with you later. And they do. They've adjusted their approach there, and it's worked out well. It's just a matter of, is this too little too late? Still 3 chances for Sen. They've got enough money to buy when we get into this next round too.
But we talked about Artazine. He needed 1 more kill for the Rolling Thunder. Obviously now he has that. Blade Storm at the ready for Aspas. MIBR though, of course, they will be forcing until they can try and secure some kind of overtime. And that was Zekin and Bang both making use of those ultimates to sort of get into that A site to circumvent the early trades that they normally have to take to get them there. But now, we're starting to roll into the Initiator ultimates. John and Narrate, now close to some of those big abilities, and it's tough to
Like
lose
this
around
round might
if
be
you have
hard
both
to
of those
win.
at your fingertips. MIBR have to be extra
This will be hard to win?
vigilant.
Yeah, for Sentinels. They don't really have much to work with.
From Sen leaves
Yeah.
them
One,
no
the
one
one
on
off
the heavy
KO,
ground.
2 off Breach.
Listen, it can't matter when you're going up against a lot of abilities that
Be
do
main fight.
a lot of damage. We'll have to see if that does end up playing out in any considerable way, but I'm mostly looking at Artzin with this Rolling Thunder and how they're going to opt to use that in this round.
Blade Storm pulled straight away from Aspas. No nonsense.
Why he
Was
beat the
looking for an early
aftershock?
ramp fight here. This time,
Yeah, he
Sentinels
fucking
absolutely
avoided
elsewhere.
it perfectly.
A slower default start to their attack round.
Yeah, over in mid, you just have Chenem on the defense, jiggling for
No, they're
information.
pushing also.
Aspas has been trying
Yeah,
to
I
get
just said the
Damien
same
off
thing in my head.
throw on a multitude of rounds now, and is pushing so far forward. Wants to take the fight too.
Oh my God, they're
Zelsis
gunning him
forcing
down.
sword. There's no way he chases.
Oh my God, they
him
show no respect.
into the molly. No, but
Oh my
that will
God.
result in a ton of control being gained for MIBR, and Aspas leaving himself inserted.
He has to. All right, Zelsis could just lurk out and be a nuisance today and make use of that Viper Wall. Aspas plays in this position. And eventually, you know, Zelsis will try and reassume this spot. Does he know? Does he suspect that the Human Tornado is waiting with a gift just for him?
Oh my God, this timing. Just as Aspas is backing up is when Zelsis actually makes his way out of sewer. Regardless of that, they look at Sen on the map. They're headed towards B. That's where they want to execute. Zekin is pushed into vents, but has a gate crash to get back to them.
Another timing moment, though, is that Zekin's in between them.
There's everything here.
Just got the
Wow.
ult to get his Armageddon, but Aspas shuts down the duelists
that
of
kill.
Sentinels.
Zelsis
He
is
gets
so
away with his
important.
life.
20 seconds left, and they're just getting up mid right now.
Oh!
Spike's still in
Oh.
the middle part of the
One
map. The
more.
kills are coming in,
Rockets,
though. But now
though.
it's a pivot
Oh,
towards
they're going B, they're going
the
B.
strongest side here for MIBR, and
That's a
Cortez
big
is
breach
going
ult.
Thunder is going to stop them from Artzin.
Yeah.
Narrate hit by Bang trying to drop down. Spike is trying to get there.
Oh,
That
man.
breach ult was good. That breach ult was
Wow.
good.
Everything falls apart for Sentinels.
I think they should have their breach ult now from Sentinels.
Control doesn't convert
They
to
should have got
anything
their
for
breach
the
ult.
attackers.
It seems like
Yeah, they
they
should
never
have it
get
now,
their
I think.
plans
Or like
aligned.
one off
Yeah,
the
they
orb.
They are controlling
I think
so
it was
much
2
of the
off.
map towards A.
I
Yeah.
don't know if he got a kill.
You had Zekin trying to get through the vent, but Aspas' acute awareness was ready for him to swing.
Damn.
And then by the time Sen decided what to do, they picked the site where the Rolling Thunder was waiting for them with 12 seconds left to get there. It
Yeah, they're one
was
off
a
of it.
wrap At that point, they've got a 5 stinger buy and 2 rounds to close out this game, or we're going to OT.
In the hour of need, it's Aspas standing up here for MIBR. The second half from him has been spectacular.
Wow.
Oh my
That's
God.
so
All of a
unlucky.
sudden, MIBR have decided
Yeah,
to
what is
win.
that?
Verno here now, off the back of that kill, opens up ramp entirely and Sen, well, no closer to their win condition than at the start of the round. They're going to slink away to the B side of the map. This will allow MIBR, though, get in, confirm, get info about that A side and redistribute themselves across the map as well.
At this point, MIBR, they're going to be more than happy to just play for retake, better weapons, more util, more numbers.
It's so hard for
Potential
Sun.
danger is if Narrate gets
I mean, they have a free bomb
site,
site, but
Rolling Thunder, like if things do get really scrappy.
I think this is another example of like
could win this on
MIBR giving them too much space here.
It's a little risky that MIBR gives up the site, but they're worried about a fast
5v4.
hit
I guess that's the good thing for
cutting their
them,
numbers
right?
down.
But yeah.
So they might allow for a
What do they
plant.
got? They don't have any ults
Narrate
actually.
the Rolling Thunder.
We're
I
pushing
think it's just
far.
hard playing 5v4
What
like
do the punch
that.
plant spots look like for the attackers
Ooh, with
here?
the breach ult. He's gonna go
Ball is
main
now
and
in
use it.
MIBR's court.
They're gonna try to bait it out, surely, right?
Narrate's going to feel like, well, do I really want to use this now, or do I want to just make sure I have this for the
Some.
buy round?
Yeah.
I like this forward presence from Sen, taking space into spawn.
Great
Breach
start.
ult.
So they've got some safety in CT, but
Breach
here's
ult.
about to get hot and heavy. Aspas, trade taken by John,
Breach
swings
ult.
out with the stinger.
I don't think
Getting low.
they.
Bullets
I
with
think
the
he's saving it for
Bang
full
coming alive.
post.
Just he and Narrator left. There might be a use case for the Rolling
Breach
Thunder
ult.
after all as Artazine drops. Numbers are even. Verno got it to half, and Narrator's lining it up. He's got to stop this.
Result.
The defense
No,
for
no,
Verno.
no.
It's happening.
Oh my god!
I don't think he wants to use it this
Long
round.
range,
No.
somehow the Stingers
I think he's
getting
saving it for
so
next
much
round, but
damage
fuck.
off. Good
Yeah, that was
crossfires from
close.
Sen.
It's hard.
And it literally
It
just
was
comes
hard.
down
He had
to
a
the fact
stinger
that
as well. Like,
MIBR
even if he
Yeah.
stunned him,
one
he would have
more
probably still
player
died.
going into that.
Yeah.
They trade down perfectly and get the spike diffused.
That's why it seems so
Oh
risky.
my god, my
sort
heart
of,
was beating out of my chest there, man.
to give up the side, like against a team that can get a Rolling Thunder online, can get entrenched, anchor with those stingers. It feels so scary to retake against that.
One more. Let's go.
And Narrate never used the Rolling Thunder. That's still online. Verno with an Armageddon to play with.
I was able to get that Armageddon ready.
I feel like the last
getting that spike
like
diffused as
2,
well.
3, 4 rounds, Zekin just got like random by something. He didn't get a chance to play these
Where did he
rounds.
die there?
Here, though. Far-fetched that anyone else would be able to
That was
do.
the ramp round where he got walled, killed to the Viper wall on the Stinger buy.
Close out this game and get to the grand
Top ramp.
final.
He got one boater to the
From,
wall.
you mean when Icebox killed him? No, different round.
No, last round, last round.
Last round he got killed top ramp.
Nowhere
Oh.
Yeah.
in danger, jiggling for information. He
Oh, you're right.
certainly
Verno
got
ran
it.
into him. That's right. That's right.
Giving up the map. They
Yeah.
are in full retake mode. That's the mentality by the sounds.
But they are taking control of B main. I do like that decision from the two players here that they have anchoring. So if a split does come in from Sen on that side of the map, they'd be able to control that crucial area.
They're selling a
Won't be the
fake.
case, though.
They get active at B at least. Keep 3 players interested for now. Toss a couple chunks of catnip out there and hope for the best.
Just scared of the operator here.
Is committed in the site right now.
Yep.
Can
Final
he
boss.
That's why they're like
find the kill?
hesitating.
He just needs to, at very least, he's got to go 1-for-1 here.
He's walking up on this. Shorty pulled out. Only Aspas would go for this kind of play.
Oh
and
my
only he'd make it
God.
work.
Wow.
It's only good
Good
for one though.
trade.
Zelsa's very quickly gets his. Shenum here might just take a timing out of
You gonna take
screens.
his timing?
You better believe he's considering it.
Wow, he missed
There it
his
is.
window.
He's waiting for
Ooh,
it.
shot.
4-2.
In the
I mean,
dive
Bang
motion
just wins
around.
this round
Have a big player
automatically.
advantage. It's up to Artazine and Cortesia to salvage.
And even at that, Bang is flanked behind them.
He'll have a timing. Bang, it's always him. And Cortesia
That got
trying
auto
to come alive
close.
in this second half for this MIBR
Wow.
squad, but now you're asking all too much of the guy, surely.
Nice.
Wow.
Dealt with.
That got hella
Period
close.
put on the sentence.
They started off super strong, and then they had like a couple unlucky rounds, and then like some ult rounds.
Get themselves set
Both
up for
maps
another
they
crack
started
at
off so
international
strong.
glory.
Yeah,
This
damn.
Sentinels that we're seeing on this playoff run has been the best Sen that we have seen in 2025 so far. From the win over G2.
I mean, MIBR played pretty good still.
Showing against MIBR, who are
Yeah,
one
I
of the
feel like
best teams in
we-
Americas, have been consistently
Like
one of the
momentum
best
was like
teams
so
in
strong to start
Americas.
off both maps.
Clearly looking
Like we
a ton
carried it
above
through.
them today.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They brought it back a
Nothing
little bit
short
this
of
map, but
impressive. Zekin was on fire. Both maps, 20+ kills. Bang on defense for split was really incredible. John's util, I mean, there's
That was a good
lot
game.
to talk about as far as
Yeah.
the quality we saw from Sen today. MIBR, they started to really step it up towards the end, but it just wasn't enough. It was too little, too late.
I mean, we've been waiting for this matchup for all of
We'll use the
this
bathroom,
stage.
bear back.
Wanting to see
Okay.
what these two teams would look like. It's a bizarre scenario that G2's in the lower bracket, but now